Ladies and gentlemen, this is your host for the Graduate F1 Visa Great Room, USA, Mark. This is your host, the King of Owambe himself. Hamza Tohib, you are going to be number 9. You are going to be number 9. And that will be all for today. So, for everybody that has come today, I want to say thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. And as we kick off, let us remember we are just tools in the hands of the Almighty God, trying to make our dreams come true. So please, there should be no abuse or I've been here since 5 p.m. Adebisi Shegun. You say you have been here since 5 p.m. Adebisi Shegun, kindly unmute your microphone because I'm asking a question. Did you pick a number?
No, sir. I didn't. I didn't know
Good.
that a number is going to be picked, sir.
So please, instead of saying I have been here since 5 p.m., I think it's better or more presentable and honorable next time you say, please, kindly add my name. So when I say, did you pick a number? I say, sir, I never knew. Because your statement suggests you are alleging that you have been here since inception and you were not picked. Or I didn't slot in your name.
I'm sorry, sir.
No,
I'm
there's
sorry,
no
sir.
need to be sorry. We are trying to ensure that we have clarity of things. All right? I'll slot in
Okay,
your
sir.
name now. I will slot in your name. Your
Thank
name
you, sir.
is Adebisi. It's not me, it's God.
Shegun.
Adebisi Shegun. Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are kicking off now,
Thank you.
and we'll be flying so high. Adebisi Shegun, you are number 11. Thank you very much. So, our number 1 on the list for today is Ayatollah Teslim. If you are there, kindly activate your camera and unmute your microphone. Thank you very much.
Good evening.
How are you today?
I'm good.
How did you get to hear about this mock session, please?
I'm part of the graduates group on WhatsApp.
Group, what are you, please?
The sorry, let me check the WhatsApp. The F1 visa grant room 3.
Group 3. Good.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Do you have a date yet?
Not yet.
What time are you are going for fall?
Yes, sir.
You know how we do things here.
Yes, I've gone through one mock interview before.
With me?
Yes, with you.
Good. As you are kicking off today, let me reiterate for the sake of first timers. For those that their names are on the list already, we already have 11 people, and I can assure you it's going to be series of questions for each candidate, and it's going to run maximum of 5 minutes because at the embassy you wouldn't even spend up to 4 minutes before having a decision. But we are going to go through most of the questions and we'll profound answers, God helping us. So for each of the students, the moment we call your name, kindly activate your camera and unmute your microphone. If we are not calling your name, please do not activate your camera to save the data of your fellow brothers and sisters. If you are streaming, if your environment is noisy, please, we will not allow such. And we wouldn't want a situation whereby I will have to remove you from the group. We know we can multitask. I know we are in a family environment, we can be on the street, but please, ensure you are muted so as to disallow noise from interfering. Please. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you. We do not, I personally do not condone insults. Please, on no account must you come to my program and insult another person. Personally, I will take it up. I don't support that. So, we have gone 8 minutes behind schedule now. And please, we'll be kicking off now. I'll be asking you a series of questions, guiding you through the answers. The answers are simple, just like I'm asking what is your name. But the approach with which you answer the question matters. The do's and the don'ts, you know. Teslim, for instance, is on the hot seat now, and his heartbeat is increasing per second. Now, the simple things he's not supposed to do is not just like the way he was looking to his left hand side now, means he's trying to recollect something and trying to ensure he's safe. That is not allowed at the embassy. It gives another meaning. When you look at your right hand side up, it gives another meaning. Just like our brothers, Adebisi Oluwasegun say, Aigbofala and Woki. Teslim, I know you understand what I'm saying. Yes
Me,
or
I
yes?
understand you.
Yes. So please, we'll be kicking off with you now. And
Okay.
I wish you a safe flight. Are you
Thank
ready?
you. Yes, I am.
Good morning, documents, please.
Good morning. Here they are.
Why are you here?
I am here to apply for my undergraduate degree in electrical engineering in Central State University.
Question number 1, you missed it. You are not here at the embassy to apply. You are here at the embassy to attend an interview. Your application has been filled and it's been submitted. You are not here to apply. I take the question again. Teslim, why are you here?
I am here for an interview for my F1 visa to study electrical electronics engineering in University of Central State University.
Why have you chosen this university?
They have an intriguing engineering program, and they have a mentorship program that allows a student and a mentor to be paired together to make the education system easier.
Question number 1, you didn't perform well. Question number 2, I am not pleased with your answer. It seems as if you are trying to conjure something from the space that is not there. When you want to answer, look straight into your camera. No wavering, no moving of your eyeballs. You don't stutter. So, since you are not a stammerer, you don't need to be under tension. We are yet to even start the main business of the day. Please. All right? So,
Okay.
back to question number 2. Why have you chosen this course?
I chose electrical electronics engineering because it is my dream to study electrical electronics engineering, and I am studying it to take over my father's company after I'm done with my education in the United States.
How many schools did you apply to?
I applied to 4 schools, namely University of Kentucky, Missouri State University, Borough Manhattan Community College, and University of Delaware.
Why have you chosen this particular school?
I chose the school because of the mentorship program, which helps international students to better adjust to the academic system and living conditions in the United States, which will help me ease into the system of the academics program in the United States.
Tell me about your school, Teslim.
St. Cloud State University was founded in 1894. It is located at St. Cloud, Minnesota. It is about 100 acres with a mascot of a dog. The slogan is Go Husky. The current president of the university is Robert Walker, and it used to be called Community Teachers College.
Why have you chosen this school as against a school in your home country?
I chose St. Cloud State University over the schools in my country because they have better engineering facilities than most schools, and I'll be able to apply knowledge gained from outside the country back in my home country.
Tell me about your travel history.
So I've been to Dubai. I went for the United Nations COP28 climate change conference, and I've been to Ghana to visit a family friend.
What do you know about your university research program in your field of interest? And how do you see yourself contributing and adding value to it? Handicap. You never see the king of one performing. You should be able to say something.
So I'm going for an undergraduate program. So I'm going for an undergraduate program. So I
Yes,
didn't
I'm
like research on the undergrad, yeah, for my BSc.
where you are going for an undergraduate program. They do research or get any aside to Jare. There's no saying dribble meaning. All right, next question. I have 3 more questions for you.
Okay.
How do you plan to adjust to the cultural differences in the United States of America?
In St. Cloud State University, there's an international student body, which they have a Nigerian students union, which I know I'll be able to talk to my fellow Nigerians on their experiences on how they transition to the cultural and cultural heritage of United States, which will help me transition myself as well.
Okay. How do you intend to cope with the weather condition in the United States of America?
So I've contacted my advisor back in the United States, and they have provided me with a living condition that is warm and warm clothing to survive the cold weather.
I'll be approving your visa. However, I'll be returning your I-20 and holding on to your passport. Your passport with the stamped visa should be returned to you in 4 to 5 working days. I wish you all the best in your pursuit. Now,
Thank you.
thank God you don't have a date yet because the tension on you will have grossly increased. Number 2, you have not made me happy this evening. All the questions I asked you, you have not been able to score any satisfactorily. Now, before I proceed, do we have anybody that has any comment for him? Anybody? You can raise up your hand. You can raise up your hand. Anyone? All right. If no one, okay. Temi Dire Adeshiji, please go ahead.
Good day. Um, I think you did really well. Like in terms of it was informative, but um, there wasn't really flow. Like it didn't sound so natural. Some of it felt like you memorized some things, like while he was talking. Yeah, but I think he was able to gather a lot of information, especially about his school, all of that, but it just sounded a little bit like it was memorized. So it wasn't that conversational.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yes, but
Any
I must
other
applaud the
person?
break.
Teslim, somebody is applauding you, but
Yeah.
me, I'm not going to clap for you. I am not going to
And,
clap for you. I am not. Yes. Before I call on Benny, may I call upon Mira? Mira, please go ahead. Unmute your microphone
Okay,
and
good
speak,
evening.
please.
Good evening. Can you hear me, please? Can you hear
Teslim
me,
is
please?
listening with rapt attention,
yeah, I can
loud
hear
and
you. I
clear.
can hear you.
Okay, it's for my comment is for the latter part of his interview, the part where you asked him a question and it took a while. If this happens in reality, there's a way around it. So instead of you just having that long pause, you can, try to say, do you mean, or are you referring to? Do you mean I should, speak to you about my research interest? Can you clarify what you mean by research interest or something? You don't just stay that mute. In that instance where she's trying to, or he or she's trying to explain to you, you're instantly picking up something that you can use. Some people just deploy it as, a time saver. So don't just keep totally mute and appear lost. Like there are tactics you can use. You can be lost, but, don't make it obvious. Oh, please, could you take that again, more slowly this time? And then they're nice to, take it again. And in that instant, you actually have to think on the spot and, say something. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank God it's not nice. You carry.
All right, Teslim, good evening.
Good evening.
All right, I think Mira actually said part of what I was going to say to you. The pause was too long, and from what I deduced from the question he was trying to ask you, I think he wants to know why did you choose that program? What impact do you want to like? What is that vacuum that you want to come back to your country to fill? What is that problem that you want to create a solution for? Why did you pick that program? That would have filled in that particular question that was asked. I don't know if you get my point. That was why he said he has
Yeah.
carried you. Yes, he carried you on the car because it came from a different direction, which you were not seeing it from. But that was exactly what he wanted to hear from you. Okay, now you are going to the US where you meet people from different cultures, from different countries, from different background. What is that thing that you think you can contribute to their lives? They too can also contribute to you in terms of your study and in fact everything. How do you intend to bring it back to your country to implement it and to create a very good atmosphere? I don't know if you understand.
Yeah, I understand you.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I appreciate your comment, my brother. I really appreciate. Thank you for making the work easy. So, Teslim, my last word. You need to know your onions. You have heard the
Okay.
truth, and me, I will not miss words for you. You need to go and learn. I did not ask you about who is going to sponsor your education. I didn't ask you about your
Yes.
program schedule. There's 1,001 questions I can say ask you, but I'm asking you this question, hoping that you are going to say to the end of the program, because there are so many questions that I never bother asking you, which I'm going to ask others so that you too can learn
Okay.
from. So it's going to do you a
Okay.
whole lot of good by staying around. Now, my comment for you, when they ask you, how do you intend to cope with the weather condition in United States? Simply put, I have made adequate preparation for warm clothing and winter jackets. I mean, that includes winter jackets, leather boots, and gloves to keep me in a healthy condition. And the accommodation I'll be offered will have room heating facility that will enable me to be in a good atmosphere so that I won't be too cold or too warm. And with these few words, you can be sure that yes, you are going to be very okay. And America is a place whereby there is no amount of clothes that you bring from Nigeria. You will definitely still have to buy adaptive clothing here. So please Don't think all and the cardigan we used to wear in Nigeria, that is not winter clothes. It's different here. Here we walk on the ice sometimes. Here Caterpillar needs to clear the railway and clear the road safe because of ice. So this environment is completely different from that of Nigeria. Please, don't mention
Okay.
cardigan, please. Thank you very much. Do you have any question for me?
Not any at the moment.
Thank you very much. I will be calling
Thank you.
upon the next person now in terms of Tom Daniel. Tom Daniel, please activate your camera and unmute your microphone. Tom
Good
Daniel.
evening, Mr. Good evening, Mr. Prince. My camera, I'm using my system. The front camera is not functioning.
You can use your phone. We need to see your face to be able to judge and be assertive. So, are you going to use your phone so that we can rate
Mr.
you?
P, I'm using
Or
spot. Um, can you hear
I'm
me, Mr.
struggling to
Prince?
hear you. I cannot hear you. Don't put Mister in my name also, please.
I,
Don't put Mister in my name. I know you
I
want to be
can.
respectful. I love you for that. Just say, I need to be interviewed tonight too. You need to be interviewed tonight too. You are late. We should have 10 people on the list. We already have 11. I'm sorry, I won't be able to accommodate that. I'm the only host available for now, and I wouldn't want to interrupt the plan of others. So, are you there, Tom
Yeah.
Daniel?
Yes. Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Good. How do we want to judge it now? So, logically, without
I
seeing your
don't.
face, you are going to miss about 15 marks out of 50. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. But hopefully next I will use my phone because I'm charging my phone in my neighbor's house. So I'm just using my system and my
I
Wi-Fi
understand the
and the front.
situation in Nigeria. Nigeria is a great country. And because of that, I want to. This is the first time I'll be interviewing somebody without activating their camera. And this is going to be the last time, irrespective of whatever. Please. It's because today is a holiday. Otherwise, I wouldn't have. Thank you very much. Good morning, documents, please.
Here they are, sir.
Why are you here?
I'm here for my F1 visa that will enable me do my MBA program at the University of Arkansas, Fatie.
Can you walk me through your application process, please?
Okay, thank you very much. Um, I got admitted into the University of Arkansas, Fatie, with a GA position that covers my total tuition and some part of my living expenses. I have a deficit as stated on my I-20 of 9K.
Why have you chosen this particular school?
I chose the University of Arkansas, precisely the MBA program, the Wharton MBA program, because of its ranked number 11 on the street journals, and of course, I choose it based on my current job prescription. I'm currently the product manager, and they have a concentration in product management. Furthermore, the Wharton MBA program allows students to travel outside the United States to visit tech companies. My capacity and idea when I come back.
Tom Daniel, are you ready for this interview today? From Daniel, can you
Can
hear
I
me?
be added off?
From Daniel, can you hear me? I think we lost him. All right, I think we'll be moving on to the next person. That should be Chidozie Agochuku.
Yes. Good evening, sir.
Please activate your camera, please.
The camera is on. Can you hear me? And can you also see me?
I can't see you. I can only hear you. Activate your camera, please. Now we can see you. Good morning, documents, please.
Okay, I've also dropped my profile on the chat box.
Good morning, documents, please.
Okay, here they are.
Why are you here?
I'm here to be interviewed for my F1 visa that will allow me travel to the United States for my master's in business administration at the Olin School of Business at Washington University in St. Louis.
Why have you chosen this course?
I've chosen the MBA because for the past 8 years, I've honed my skills in sales. And I am at that point in time in my career where I need to diversify my skill set and enhance my business acumen, my leadership and management role. This MBA would also enable me to be promoted to a senior management role in my current place of employment, where I will be taking up new responsibilities as a national business manager, where I would help my firm to upscale and diversify into new frontiers into the rest of African markets like Ghana, Benin Republic, and Togo.
How do you intend to take care of your deficit?
My lovely father, Mr. Emeka Hyacinth Agochku, will be covering my deficit. He is a building engineer and also a businessman who is into real estate business. He has been in business for over 30 years and he has landed properties all over Anambra State and he earns an annual revenue of 75 million naira. In addition to this, I would also be covering my deficit from my personal savings, which I've been able to save from my 8 year career from my salaries, my sales incentives, and my bonus.
How long is your program?
My program is a 2 years program.
Tell me about your travel history.
I've traveled to Ghana, Togo, and Benin Republic on a company sponsored trip where I visited our potential where I visited our potential retailers and distributors. And I also used the opportunity to also survey the regional markets in these countries.
How do you think you survive the weather condition in United States of America?
I've been able to make, I've been in constant communication with my designated school official, and I've also made provision for where I will be staying in the school campus, and adequate preparations have been made with respect to this. I've been able to make adequate preparations in getting warm clothing that would enable me to stay well covered and well clothed during the cold weathers in the United States.
What would this course do for you?
This course would enable me to take up a senior management role in my organization, it would help me to get promoted to a national business manager, where I would help my firm to upscale and help them to drive innovations and bring strategic initiatives in my firm, especially in aspect of marketing, brand management, and product development. On the long run, this course would also enable me to fulfill my long-term dream, which is opening up a consulting firm in Nigeria that would provide expertise to firms that need expertise in marketing and also in brand management.
Can you tell me what are few of the challenges that your field of study is facing and how you plan to address them by venturing into this study now?
My field of study is facing inadequate marketing and inadequate product development experts, and venturing into this, especially in the aspect of healthcare, pharmaceutical, and consumer packaged goods. In in venturing into this program, I would be as much as possible be gaining an international perspective or an exposure, international exposure with my studies in United States, and be able to drive strategic initiatives that would help firms in my country be able to navigate the be able to navigate the be able to navigate the sorry
What's your
I'll be
post-study
helping
plan?
those firms. Okay, upon the successful completion of my program, I'll be coming back to my current firm where I have a promising promotion opportunity to take up a senior management role of a national business manager, where I will be helping them to drive strategic initiatives that would help my firm position themselves strategically in a very competitive pharmaceutical market industry. I would also be fulfilling my long-term dream of opening up a consulting firm where I would be providing expertise to firms who are in need of marketing and brand management expertise.
Approving this visa, what will it do for you?
Approving this visa would enable me to travel to the United States and undergo my MBA program. And this MBA program means a whole lot to me because it's going to help me to become an effective business leader. This have been a long-term dream for me, and this have been a very strong desire that I want to be able to fulfill. I want to make a very strong impact in the business environment in my current organization and in the country as at large.
I'll be approving your visa. However, do you have any question for me?
No questions. I just need comments.
Thank you very much. Do we have any comments on Agochukwu Chidozie's interview, please? Any comments, suggestions, corrections, amendments? Please go ahead, Temitope.
Hello, good evening. Thank you very much for the opportunity. We confirmed you the
Awesome.
approval of visa, but there was a part where it didn't like answer the question correctly. It stuttered and then you asked him another question. Is that allowed during an interview, and does that even give you the chances to let your visa be approved? Because I've always assumed if there is a sorry about that I'm in transit. Because I've always assumed if there is a moment of that, I'm not saying it's really do law, I'm just asking for clarification. I've always assumed there's something like that is it's equal to dismissal. I just wanted to know if that is allowed. So it releases pressure off someone like me because I would just assume that I have to 100%. But if it's answered like this and they are feeding me visa, I want to know if I'm putting too much pressure on myself and there is room for such thing. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Do we have any other comments, observations, corrections, amendments, as the case may be, please? Anyone from any angle? Please go ahead, Chibuike.
Yeah, good evening. So my comment is on when you ask him his study plan. I guess he did not hear you. He did not hear the question. So he repeated about his long-term plan. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. Do we have any comment or observation anymore? Wow. Well, others are trying to gather their. Okay. Francisca, please go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. Sorry, what I actually observed is that I don't know, it can happen to anyone though, but he actually did well. But what I observed is that there is a lot of repetitions, like repetition of words. So maybe if you can try as much as you can to use other kind of words in when you are explaining, especially when you're talking about your company and your position in your company. So you have used a lot of repetitions in that aspect towards other questions also. Thank you.
Okay, Prince, I have a question.
Do we have any other comments? While you're preparing for your comments, let me quickly attend to Temi Tokwe.
I have a
Temitope,
okay. Sorry. Okay, this is my this will be my second attempt. I want to ask, if peradventure I am asked what changed, what are the particular things I
hold
should
on.
talk about, and what are the
I've not
things I
gotten
should
there.
ignore?
Just
Okay, okay, sir.
okay. You want to say something?
Yes. Just like the last person commented, he actually did very well.
Chibuike
But
Obijuru, you,
yes, can you hear? Can everybody hear me? Hello,
we can hear you loud and
hello.
clear.
Okay, okay. Just like the
We can hear you loud and clear. Go ahead.
okay, just like the last person commented, he actually tried, but he should streamline his answers and avoid repeating his answers. And again, his eye contact, he should try to make contact with his camera. And most importantly, he was tensed at some point. So he should just try and, the point is he should try and cut his answers short, like make it straightforward so that he doesn't keep repeating himself and going all around. Thank you.
You're welcome. Chidoze, number one. Okay, let me answer Temitope first. Temitope, in your reference to Chidoze's sexual performance, I would say some things can be overlooked. We are all aware that everybody can be tensed. Yes. And the thing is, how have you been performing? How has your performance been? Take, for instance, the first question I ask you is, tell me about your school. You are not able to tell me anything concrete about your school. You are only able to tell me the name of your school. Okay, if I ask you, tell me about your school, you are expected to tell me the name of your school, what year was your school created, why was your school created, is your school a research-based school, what's the geographical location, the area, the environment, the culture, the people, what's the professor or the lecturer ratio to that of the student. These are the basic things about your school. And last but not the least, what is your student population in relation to the campus availability? How many campuses do your school have? Do your school have 3 campuses? Do they have 2 campuses, or is just one? These are some of the basic things we expect you to be able to tell us when we ask you, tell me about your school. Now I'm going to have to ask you that question and you're not able to deliver. By delivering means you are not able to tell me 3 major solid points. You telling me the name of your school is good, but I'm not going to raise that because ideally you should know the name of your school. So you are not able to tell me what is the mascot of your school, what is the logo of your school, for instance. You can't tell me the student versus the professor ratio. You can't tell me how many campuses your school is having. Is your school an R1 university? You cannot tell me all of this. I'm sorry, I will not give it to you. So if that is question number 1, that student has not performed. And they ask you another question, something like, now this is a very dicey question. They say, tell me about your travel history. Now, a question that comes around that says, tell me about your travel history. You have not even traveled outside Nigeria before. This is not a crime. But in this situation, it might not help the candidate because number 1, you have not answered the very first question very well. So assuming you have impressed the visa officer with number 1 question, even if you have not traveled out, this second question can be considered or overlooked. Yes. But if you are not able to answer the first question very well, and this happens to be your second question, it is very dicey. Now, the third question comes and you begin to stutter and you are not a stammerer. Definitely, it's going to put off the visa officer, and the visa officer at this point can decide to do the otherwise. It can decide to go the other way. And at this point, we all know what that means. So it can be a win-win situation and it can be an upturn. So I cannot say directly or precisely it is going to be favorable or otherwise. But I believe if you are able to answer your questions precisely and as direct as it will, you are going to have a win-win situation. Go ahead with your comment, please.
Thank you very much for the clarification. I just wanted to say thank you, and I get it clearly. Thank you once again.
Yeah. So, Chidozie.
Yes.
Chidozie, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly, sir.
I am not happy with your presentation. Number 1, this is not your first time at the embassy. This is not your first time at the embassy. And you know what that means. It is not your destiny to go to the embassy as many times as possible, repeatedly, for the same purpose. You can go to the embassy as many times as possible, but not for the same purpose. No, no. You need to show that you have experience, you have gone through the fire before. So seeing the flames shouldn't choke you at this point. You have seen the heat firsthand before. At this point, you shouldn't be afraid of whatever thing that is coming. You have a 75,000 US dollar grant or waiver or scholarship, as the case may be. The little you have to pay, I know it's something, but at least with this you have an upper hand. And with the experience of you going to the embassy first, no, you should be able to do way better than this. Yes. So please go and buckle up and re-strategize. The questions are going to be very simple. It is in your own interest to be able to answer efficiently and professionally. Your inability to answer satisfactorily would demand that you go again. And I know you don't want to do that. So please, you have not answered the questions properly. And I always say, when they ask you, have you traveled before? You don't need to lie because they can easily see. If you have traveled legitimately, they will know. If you have done an illegitimate trip, they will know. All these things, they have a way of detecting them. Moreover, if they ask you any question, look straight at their faces. That's why we say activate your camera so that you look straight into the camera and we can judge and advise better. This is the way you should handle it. This is not how you should present yourself. If they ask you a question like, how do you intend to cope with the weather condition in the United States of America? We have said it times and again. It's a very simple one. You can modify it, but please don't let it be lengthy. As somebody commented, he said, short, precise, and brief. Hit the nail on the head. I have made adequate preparation for warm clothing, which includes my leather jacket, my winter boots, and a couple of gloves. I have also been in constant communication with the Director of International Students to keep me abreast of prevailing situations, and the hostel have been allotted house room heating facility. Full stop. Simple as ABC. Don't go beyond that. That is all encompassing. You haven't gone there before. I can see that you have a scholarship, and that is more than enough difference. And you can ride on that. With good preparation, the sky is not your limit. If you go the next time, I can assure you. When is your date? Do you have a date yet?
Yeah, on the 6th of May.
Can
you hear me, sir?
anyone
On
hear
the
me?
6th of May. On the 6th, my interview is on the 6th of May. Yes, I can hear you.
Can anybody hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hear you.
I can hear you, Mr. Day.
I can't
My
hear
interview is
anything
on the 6th of
from
May.
you.
Can you hear me?
I cannot hear you. Can anybody hear me,
Can
please?
anyone
If you can hear me,
can
please
anyone hear me?
signify.
Yes, I can.
Respond, please.
I can hear you from my hand.
Can you hear me, please?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes.
Chibuike Obijuru, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Mr. Day.
All right, thank you very much. Oh, okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, that is all I'm going to say. You can make it happen. I can bet it with you. If you go the next time, you are going to definitely have it. So, please, you are not destined to be redundant, and you are not a stutterer. So, you are not a stammerer. So, stop stuttering, please. Chidozie, you can make this happen.
Okay,
All right?
all right. Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. We'll be calling upon the
I have
next candidate
a, ques-
in
a
person
question, sir.
of our number 4, Adeshiji Temidire. Adeshiji Temidire, we are waiting for you, please.
Hello? Yeah, good evening, sir. Hello, good evening, sir. Can you hear me?
Can you all hear Shiji? I can't hear you. Don't know what's
Oh, can you
happening.
hear me? Can you hear me now?
We can hear him. We can hear him. Do you know about?
Okay. All right. Let me see if I log out and log in again. I don't know why I'm not hearing anybody. Hold on, please. So Adeshiji, can you hear me?
Oh yes, I can hear you, sir.
All right. Thank you very much.
Oh, it's echoing. Can you hear
All
me?
right. I'm trying to. Is this still echoing?
Not anymore.
Good. Thank you very much. All right.
Thank
Bear with us. It's a technical challenge from my end. I'm sorry for that. I didn't detect early enough. You know, I'm the host, I'm the IT person, I'm the backup, I'm the main server, I'm the everything. Thank God for grace. Bear with me once again for taking your time. So, Adeshiji, please, Temitope, you have a comment?
Mr. Prince, sorry to disturb you. My phone is about to go off. Please, how do I join the WhatsApp group so I don't miss another opportunity for mock interview?
I can't hear you.
I said, I'm so sorry to interrupt you. How do I join the WhatsApp group? My phone is about to go off, so I don't miss another opportunity for the mock interview.
Okay. How did you get this? How do you want to join the WhatsApp group? Send
Yes,
me
a
a
friend
DM.
sent. Okay, please, what's your number?
Send me a DM. How did you get this link? The same
My
way you
friend
got
sent
this
me.
message, get my
No,
number
my friend,
through that place.
the person
Thank you
does not
very
have your
much.
number. Okay, sir.
Someone was raising up his hands just now. Please, can you quickly pass your comment or else we move on? Yeah, Francisca, you want to say something?
The question, especially when you were explaining the last person's, you're making a comment on his interview. I want to know if you are being asked, do you have a traveling experience? And maybe truthfully, you have not traveled before. How do you manage that? Do you stick to that, or I just want to know?
You have not traveled
You have not
before.
traveled before.
So when they ask
So
you,
when they
just
ask
tell
you,
them
just
this will be your first time of going to the United States of America. And keep it simple like that. Don't say so much. You have
you
never,
have never,
you have not
you have not
left
left
Nigeria
Nigeria
before.
before,
And at this
and at
point,
this
you
point,
are in
you
a
are
fix.
in a fix.
The best thing
The
you can
best thing
say
you can
is,
say is,
we are having
we are
echo.
having echo.
Hold on, please. At this point, the best thing you can say is, this will be my first time of going to the United States of America. That's all. Do we still have the echo there?
No, no.
All right, thank you very much. So that
So
settles
Thank
it,
you.
that settles
Francisca.
it, Francisca.
Thank you very much. So Adesiji, we are on to you now.
All right. Can you hear me clearly? Good
Loud and
days.
clear.
Awesome.
We need to see you too. You need
Oh,
to
okay.
activate your camera.
Okay. Can you see me?
We can see you clearly, and we are ready to go now.
Oh, okay.
Is this your first time of coming to this mock session?
Yes, it's my first time.
All right. Can you tell us, give us your profile, please?
So I'm actually applying for a P1 B2 visa. In order to attend my brother's graduation in the month of May, end of May.
No problem.
Yeah, and this is my second attempt.
This is your second attempt.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Good morning, documents, please.
Good morning. Here are my documents.
Do you have anything lined up for this graduation?
Yes, I do. You mean as regards what?
You just answered you do. Just like
Like,
hold on. Somebody mentioned that you should buy time. Now, Mutigbe on handicap already. You can't see me coming. I have told you several times. Your first part of answer signifies or connotes that you understand my question. Obijuru, no be lie at the line now. Now, only for you to now come and be asking me to explain myself. I should be explaining what you understand to you. In essence, I'm asking you, what are you going to do in the United States? And I also let you know that I know you are going for graduation. So what is your plan?
okay.
Okay, hold on. Let's come in this way. What is your experience the first time you went to the embassy or the last time you were at the embassy?
You're asking me personally, not like an interview, right?
I'm asking you, tell us.
Okay.
Tima,
So
what is it now?
so
I'm not trying to wish something.
yeah, so the very first time, the first question I was like, so it was a family interview. I was being interviewed with my dad, and the very first thing I was asked is, "How old am I?" And after I mentioned, said I'm well above 18, so I should have been interviewed independently. And she proceeded to ask my dad several questions, and I was just asked if I was a student and what school I attended, all of that. Then my dad was granted the visa. However, I wasn't, so I was told I could reapply at a later time. So, same day, this was just like a month ago. So, same day, I had to pay another visa fee, and I just got a date for May 6th. So, I'm hoping it goes well this time around. So, I think majorly was because it was a family interview, so they couldn't really assess me well, I
Don't
guess.
assume. The first question I asked you, if I'm going to judge you now, I don't want to nail you to the cross. If I'm going to judge you, the first question I asked you, did you answer me satisfactorily from your own perspective?
No, I didn't. The
Good,
very first question, no, I didn't.
good. Now, let me ask you four more very, very simple questions.
Mm.
Four more very, very simple questions. Keep your eyes on the camera, please. Tell me about the school you are going to.
I'm going for my brother's graduation at Boston University. I'm not, not, this is like, I'm attending a ceremony for my brother's master's as part of the
Temidire.
same program. No, I'm not
Temidire.
going to do you mean, oh, I thought you mixed it up that I'm going to a particular school, maybe an F1 visa. Sorry about that.
I wish
Sorry.
Temitope is here. Temitope will have loved to deal with you. And yes,
Uh,
Mira too. Yes. Is Mira here?
oh, I'm
Mira.
sorry. I thought you did. Like,
Is
I thought you were
Mira
just asking
here?
me. You know, people
Is
have been doing F1, so I thought you,
Hold on. You are
yeah,
going to a graduation from an institution. Yes or yes?
yes,
The place you are going to is a school. Yes or yes?
yes. So,
So the school is located in a place, it's located in a province, it has a location. They have mascots. If you just get to the embassy and they ask you, tell me about this school you are going to. Are you not going to a school? Are you
yes,
going to a hotel? Yes. I only ask you a simple question. This is the second question I'm going to be asking you today. See, going to the embassy is very, very dicey. And I will not deceive you. They are going to ask you a few couple. In fact, it's not even a few couple. It's not a couple of questions. They already know what they want to do. It is not left for you to tailor whatever action they want to take to be in your own favor. Embassy is dicey, and this question we are here to guide. We are not saints. We too have our own lives, but the point is, from the experience we have been able to have, we are trying to relate to you how best to catch these monkeys. And that is why we are keeping bananas around our waist. We attract them, get what we want, and do away with that. That is it. So I have asked you two questions, and I can bet it with you, they won't be lenient with you. Now, Let's forget about what has happened in the past. Let's forge ahead. Good morning, documents, please.
Good morning. These are my documents.
I can see this is your second time here at the embassy. What has changed?
I've I've reviewed the lapses and put together a better application this time around.
What are the lapses? You need to be practical. You need to be direct and precise. What are the lapses? We need to know. Don't talk in vague. Don't talk in abstract to us. We need to know what are these lapses.
So actually, I was a little bit unclear about what went wrong the other time. But what was pointed out to me was that it should have been an independent interview instead, since I'm not a minor. So
What's
that's
your
why
first name? I mean, what's your last name?
my last name is Adesiji.
Okay,
My
Temidire.
last name.
Temidire.
Yes.
Thank God you are here today. And thank God this is. Look at your camera, not your screen. Your focus should be on your camera, not your screen. Good. Now, it is my pleasure to let you know that all these questions, you are supposed to be exposed to them to be able to know. Please, before we continue, for as many that wish to join any session I'll be handling, I won't allow any admittance into any mock session after the first 1 hour, please. After the first 1 hour, I will not admit anybody again, please. I want us to be ready. I want us to be prepared. Anything that is worth doing at all is worth doing very well. Let us be ready to give our best to whatever thing we are doing. Thank you very much. So, Temidire, back
Yes.
to what we were saying. Number one, when they ask you, tell me about your school, you are going to a school for a function. Whether you are going for studies or whatever, your destination is a school. Forget whether B1 or B2 or F1 or F2. It is the same person that has been interviewing for F1, F2 that will also interview for other categories of visas. Whether you are going for tourist or you are going for visit or you are going for business, whatever the class of visa you are going for, it is the same person. Shadrach, please deactivate your camera, please. So, having said that, I want you to understand that I need you to understand that what has changed basically is what you were told the last time. What you were told the last time is actually what has changed. If you look at it from that perspective, you will be able to know that yes, what has changed, what they corrected you was you are coming under a family visa. But the fact that they granted your dad and they didn't grant you is something of concern. Now, I've asked you like 3 simple questions you have not been able to answer. What evidence do you want to prove to me? You have less than a week to go. Also, tell me about the school you are going to. You were not able to answer. Now, please go back. Go and get prepared. I will give you some set of questions now that you need to get hold of. What is the name of the school you are going to? Can
Boston
you hear me?
University.
How
Boston
many?
University.
I'm not asking you. I'm
Oh,
telling you to
Apple.
go and get to know.
Okay.
How many campuses do they have? If they have more than one campus, which of the campuses are you going to attend your brother's graduation? Number 2, what is the location of this university? Number 4, how do you get to arrive at the closest airport and how do you transverse and maneuver your way to the venue? What arrangement have you made in terms of accommodation?
Okay.
You understand me?
Okay. Arrangements in terms of accommodation, how
So,
I plan to do my ground trip.
Hold
Right?
on.
No,
I am
I'm taking notes
rolling.
of what you are saying. Like I'm
Good.
writing it down. So that's why I was
You
repeating
don't
what you
need to
said.
write it down. Just calm down. Listen attentively. You don't need to
Okay.
write anything down. It is my meeting. Me, I am different. If you stay to the end of this program, you will see reasons why you don't need to write down this program. Okay? You don't
Okay.
need to write it down. I am saying it again. You do not need to write it down. So, now, when they ask you, tell me about your school, those are the questions you need to get prepared for. And moreover, since you have been denied before, you need to be better prepared. And how can you be better prepared? The only way you can be better prepared is for you to ensure that all these questions, you have them handy and ready to answer. Okay? That is the only way you can get to escape and get your visa this time around. The number of times you go to the embassy and struggle with them, the more difficult it seemingly becomes. Okay? So at this point, do you have any question for us?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Um, so yes, I do. So cause
See,
so uh,
from this
yes,
yes
I
I do, yes I do, yes I do. You are not a
yeah.
stammerer.
Yes,
If
I'm
you are
not.
if you are a stammerer, you you are advised to tell the visa officer ab initio. Number one. Number two, your focus on your camera is almost zero. You are not looking at your camera, which is very, very bad. Your focus should be the eye of the visa officer. You should be looking straight into the eye of the person. Okay?
Okay.
So I'm listening to
Okay.
your question.
For a question like the question you asked about what changed during the interview, since I've always been thinking that it's not in. I've always been thinking that okay, probably it's not enough. Me just mentioning that group that because it was a family interview. Do you think that was the? Do you think it's enough? Like, do you think it's tenable?
Tell do you like computer games?
I do.
Do you like soccer?
Not really. I'm not really a
What
fan of
kind of do you like car race?
not as much.
Okay. I'm James Bond in real life. And whoever that has actually seen me drive will know that yes, this is actually James Bond. Several times I've clocked 220 on the speedometer. Several times. And it's cool. Now, why am I saying this? You need to be a game changer. You can use whatever you have to get what you need. Now, you can capitalize on the fact that you came in company of your dad and you were told that because you are over 18, you ought to have been alone. An independent application to be made for you and not a joint one. So you can capitalize on that to win the game. So the ball is now in your court. Are you going to capitalize on that or you let it slide? So I would suggest you hold on that and use that as your winning point. Okay? That
Yes, sir.
is the only thing that has changed. You are not making an application that will require you to spend your personal money. I mean, like a student, when they get there, they need to pay school fees and the rest. No, you are not going to do that. All you need to do is to ensure that, yes, you try as much as possible to ensure that this is done and you're able to achieve the goal. All right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Good. So
Thank
that is the only thing that has changed, and that is all you need to worry about. But having said that, you need to know the date of the graduation. You need to know the campuses available from Boston University. You need to know how many campuses, which particular one, if the school has more than one campus. What's your brother's name? How does his name? What's the arrangement of his name? So that you don't go and mess up things. If it's Adeshiji Temidire, don't go and say Temidire Adeshiji. They are two different people. Do you get that part? Temidire Adeshiji is different from Adeshiji Temidire. I hope you are aware of that. So please, I'll be calling on the next person in terms of
Okay.
Emmanuel Odu Kaifi.
Thank you
You're
so much.
welcome.
All right, thank you.
Number 5
Okay.
now, please.
Hello, good evening. It's Emmanuel Ndukaife. I'm here, sir.
Because you bear my father's name now, you want to be threatening me, Abi? Don't
Eh,
worry. I'm here
not
for
at all,
you.
not at all.
I'm here for you. Don't worry.
Good evening once again.
The evening is good. Can we have your profile, please?
Here are my documents, sir.
Profile means can we get to meet you? Can you tell us
Okay, my name
about?
is.
We know your
Sorry,
name
sorry.
already. We know your
Okay.
name already. See, let me quickly give an information, please. I hope everybody can hear me loud and clear. There is this popular saying that you don't see me coming. Don't expect that the same questions I'm asking Emmanuel here is the same question I'm going to ask Dennis. Don't think the same way I ask my questions from Emmanuel is the same way I'm going to ask my question from Amzat. No, I am going to ask my questions from various angles and perspectives. So please get ready. I mean it. You will never see me coming. And when I come, I need you to give it to me just like hot and fresh. Please. When I ask you a question, I need you to hit the nail on the head. Thank you very much.
All
Emmanuel,
right, sir.
we need you to activate your camera, please. We can hear you, but we need to see the way your gesture when you answer these questions.
Can you see me now?
Good. It's okay like that. Please keep
Okay.
your focus on the camera and not on the screen.
All right, sir.
Good morning, documents, please.
Good morning, sir. Here are my documents.
Why do you want to study in the United States of America?
The United States of America has the best demographics, the multiculturality and diversity, and population for the subject I want to study.
The subject you want to, the course
I
you
want.
want to study does not have a name.
Okay, I'm going for a master's in public health in mental and behavioral health, and like I said earlier, the demographics of the United States, alongside its multiculturality and diversity, is best suited for the program I'm going to study. US also have the best facilities and technology with which to learn and apply this that is knowledge and skills that will be acquired from this course.
Do you have a family in the United States?
No, I don't have a family in the United States.
How do you intend to adapt to the cultural differences and the geographical changes?
Okay, over time, I've made a lot of friends from United States and Canada by extension and other countries of the world through various social media channels and my profession too. I'm a medical graduate, so it has allowed me to understand people, meet a lot of persons virtually. So, and I'm also an open-minded person who wants to learn about other people and other cultures too. So, I'm very much sure that I will adapt to the US environment.
Why have you not chosen to undergo this study in your home country?
My home country, Nigeria, does not have the facilities and the resources to handle mental and behavioral health issue, which is actually profound in the Nigerian society. Over time, politicians tend to that is, use the kinetic approach to tackle these problems. But these problems are beyond the old-fashioned method being deployed at the moment. So there is lack of political will, there is lack of facilities, and there is lack of resources too to acquire knowledge and skills that will be used in helping the society eradicate these problems.
If you are offered a job during the course of your study, what would be your take?
Mm, if it's a research assistantship, which will give me time to study,
If
and
you are offered a job during your program, what would be your take?
okay, I wouldn't take it.
How will you fund your studies?
I have a scholarship of $60,000, of which $30,000 will go into the first year. So, and I have a deficit of $38,000. The deficit will be covered by my uncle, who have been supportive even during my days in medical school. He's the managing director of Premium Cosmetics, a multinational cosmetic business, which is worth more than $500,000 in capital and makes an annual profit of more than $200,000. The business has a workforce of at least 10 individuals, fully registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission of Nigeria, and is up to date with its tax returns.
How do you intend to maintain ties to your home country while studying in the United States?
Okay, my both parents of mine live in Nigeria, and I'm also the first son. So I intend to come back to Nigeria as soon as I finish my studies in the summer of 2026 to come be with my patient. So to come be with my parents. Sorry. So I'm the first son, and I only have one other sibling. And I also work with Nandesco University, which I intend to return to as a principal medical officer and a research coordinator. So I'm very much tied to my home country via consanguinity and profession.
How long is your program?
My program is for 2 years, precisely 20 months. It will last between August of this year, 2024, till May of 2026.
Are you married?
No, I'm not married, but I'm engaged to that is a lady who is also a medical doctor and working with the Nnamdi University Teaching Hospital here in Nigeria.
How did you get this admission?
I got this admission by applying through a centralized portal for public health programs, which is called SOFAS. So initially, I sent my transcripts to the United States for evaluation and standardization with the US metric. After it was done, I applied to a number of schools, into which I was accepted. Most of my applications took place in December of 2023 and January 2024. My admissions came in 2 months later.
I'll be approving your visa. Do you have any questions for me?
All right, okay. Okay, on the funding part, I'm more interested in the funding part. My uncle will sponsor me, like I said, so I want to know how plausible is that in an interview. In fact, my interest is in the funding.
All right. Thank you very much. Let me be blunt with you. And I prophesy, and I said it, I pray favor you will get by the grace of the Almighty God. Your performance is your eye contact. If I'm going to score you over 10, I can give you between 2.5 and 3 over 10 for your eye contact. I asked you a question about, is Temidire still here, please? Temidire, is he still here?
Yes, I'm here. Yes, I'm
Good.
following.
Please go and find out what is the relationship between, what's the relationship between tourist visa, student visa, and I think, is there a business visa? Yes. Tourist, visiting, and business visas. Please go and find out what are the links and connections between those visas, please. Yeah, back to you, Emmanuel.
All
Are you
right, sir.
there?
I'm listening.
Good. Number one, you have not had a good eye contact. So over 10, you have not done well. Number two, you don't even know the type of visa you are applying for. And please let me reiterate this. For every student going to the United States and some other countries, you have the opportunity of working 20 hours per week. Your 20 hours per week is like a staff in Nigeria that goes to work let's say 4 times in a week and spend 5 hours daily. So the typical one we know is they go at 8 a.m. and come back at 4 p.m. Now, in a standard environment, Nigeria is just trying to advance. Now, in a standard environment, when they go at 8 a.m., by 12 noon, they should have a 30-minute break, meaning the total number of working hours will now be 7.5. And for a week, it's going to span for 37.5 hours. So that is what they will be paid for. That 30 minutes will not be accounted for because it is on break. You are not working for the government. Now, if you are a student, you are just going to be working. If you want to come 5 days a week, that means you'll be working 4 hours at a stretch. There is no break. So you get your 20 full hours payment, as the case may be. Now, you don't know the kind of visa you are being given. That is very bad. You should be able to know what your visas can do and what your visas cannot do. Furthermore, they ask you if you are granted or given the privilege of having an employment, what will you do? You will gladly accept it, provided it's not going to go beyond your 20 hours allotted. Number one, and moreover, if it's going to be of immense contribution to the success of your program. Now, that later part of my answer is very, very dicey and corny. You are holding them by the jugular. How do I mean? Now, if the job is going to be to your own success, it must have a positive impact. How do I mean? The job must be able to contribute positively. Either the money you are receiving, you use it towards your funding, or you use it for feeding. It's contributing positively to your success. So you must understand that you have to answer appropriately. Okay?
All right.
So please note
Okay.
that, note that. Now, coming towards the funding part, in as much as you are not the person funding yourself, in as much as you are not the one funding yourself, there is no crime in that. Anybody can fund you. But if you are the one funding yourself, it poses a great risk. Not that there's a crime or there's a law that says you cannot fund yourself, but they have so many requirements. Take, for instance, they expect that if you are going to go for masters, you should be in between a certain age range. And if you are either below that age or above that age, there's going to be an asterisk. Somebody is saying, this job question, is it during the program? During the program, your program is running and you have a job. In fact, if you say you are not going to accept it, they know you're already lying. Because irrespective of how rich you are, every rich person wants more money. So if you are having money and you don't want more money, you are lying. And they don't want liars. That is it.
All right. All
So
right. All right, Mr.
talking about your finance, you are on the right path. And for your uncle to be your sponsor, there is no problem about that. When they ask you who will be paying your fees or taking care of your fees, the best thing you can say is my uncle, engineer or Mr. Emmanuel Undukaife, will be doing this, and he is the MD CEO of so company. This is what they produce. This is their annual returns per year. Full stop. Any other thing they want to say is Paul. Imagine somebody that is 49 years old saying he's going for masters. No. How will it sound? Alexios, I cite you. Now, take for instance another person that says is 28 years old. If you are going to judge, 28 years old is more feasible than a 49-year-old person. Education, higher institution education has no age limit, but they will look at it. What have you been doing since that time? Why
Okay.
have you not gone to school since? Some people are asking
Okay.
questions. I'm trying to answer them, Emmanuel. Okay. So that is that about your funding. Do you have any other question, please?
All right. Thank you for putting me through this. The thing is that you actually got me on that question on if I'm offered an employment. It still boils down to what you said initially, that I wouldn't see you coming. Actually, I thought you were asking me, even though I heard you clear, loud and clear, but I thought you were asking me whether the employment will make me stay back. I didn't know you were asking me about employment within the program. That is, I know about the 20-hour thing, but the problem is I didn't know where you were coming from. But thank you for putting me through it.
I have told you you will never see me coming. So
And thank you, thank you.
now in the next set of questions. Thank you very much. We have Awoshika Damilola Dennis now. In the next, Emmanuel, you can deactivate and mute your camera, your microphone. Thank you very much. The next set of people I've been interviewing now, we should be going more intense. I'm not saying this to scare anyone. As I've said, I'm not saying this to scare anyone, but I'm saying this. Well, before we continue, please, do we have anybody that has observation or opinion concerning the concluded set of questions? Please go ahead, Shibuke.
Okay, for Emmanuel, um, he actually needs to get brushed. Like he needs to get brushed because he didn't make eye contact. He didn't make any eye contact. And when he was speaking, he was touching his face, touching his head. That doesn't show seriousness. Then his transcript needs to be thoroughly worked on. The reason why he's going for his studies, what the course will do for him. I didn't actually get any points from everything he said. So as a medical doctor, I expected to hear medical terms and a problem he was going to solve. The only thing I heard him say is the mental thing, but he didn't actually hit it hard like somebody that have passed through a medical college and have graduated. So he needs to pick up his transcript and start all over again. I don't know when is his interview, but he needs to do a lot of work. The eye contact, brush himself all over again, know the right answers, and be serious. Because touching your head and touching your face, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Thank you so much.
I think Omowumi or someone has raised his or her hands. Please kindly let us hear you. Favor, please deactivate your camera, please. Someone else wishes to pass a comment. We are waiting for you, please. In the absence of none, can we welcome Dennis now? Thank you for standing by. We appreciate you for that.
Welcome, sir.
Good morning. Documents, please.
Here, there, you can have it.
Why are you here?
I'm here for my interview on the F1 visa in order to study Agile Project Management in the United States of America, Portland, Maine.
What is Agile Project Management?
Agile Project Management deals with the use of modern methodology to solve project issues like cost management, uh, project metric, and the likes.
I don't want to agree with that. I want to hear something like Agile Management is the act of doing this, or Agile Management is the science of. Don't tell me Agile Management deals with. I told you you never see me
Okay,
coming.
sir. Okay, sir.
What is your cost of attendance?
My cost of attendance is 41,700, and I've been given a scholarship of 25,000 out of it, which leaves me with a deficit of $16,000. My uncle, Mr. Ario, who works in a computer sales and importation business, will be funding my scholarship, will be um, funding my education abroad, and is 65 years of age. So after my studies, I'll be coming back to the country to take over the business.
How familiar are you with his computer business?
My uncle, Mr. Ari Okunle, has been in the business for the past 30 years, and he has an annual turnover of
How
250.
familiar are you, Dennis, with your uncle's business?
Okay. About the familiarity, I've been in and out of his office quite sometimes, and I've worked on some systems personally when I worked there, when he employed me as a computer engineer there, before I told him about my purpose, about my plan of um going abroad to study more.
What would this course do for you?
Had
What would this course, Agile Project Management, what will it do for you?
This course will help me to get intellectual knowledge, such as critical thinking, decision making, and also help me to get board integration knowledge too, whereby during stakeholders meeting, I can probably communicate with them. I can communicate with them without any issues, so that we will understand each other better.
Why have you chosen to study in the United States and not in your home country? As this
I'll shoot
course you are talking about can actually be taken care of in your home country.
I've chosen to study in the United States of America because of the academic excellence, because the US boasts so much about their top university and the flexibility in the education system, and the support they give to international students from the international office, and cultural diversity, because the United States is just like a pod metal with different nations.
What is the biggest challenge facing your field of interest and how do you plan to address them?
The biggest challenge facing my business, facing my pardon, please. Please,
Tell
can you
me
come
about
again?
your tell me about your academic background.
Okay. I graduated from the Institution of Federal University of Technology in the year 2021. After which I proceeded, a year after I proceeded to NYSC to serve my fatherland. In the course of serving my fatherland, I was privileged to tutor some high school students. After my NYSC, which I after finishing my NYSC, I was given a teaching assistant job in the Federal University of Technology, and that's after finishing the teaching assistant job after a year, my uncle employed me to his company to serve as computer engineer there.
I'll be approving your visa. Do you have any question for me?
No, sir.
Do we have any comments, observation for Dennis, please? Questions, comments, opinion?
I have.
Who's speaking, please? Henry?
No. Sorry, I joined with my sister Mil. This is Mola. Fatia. You're saying Fatia.
Okay, Fatia, please go ahead.
All right. You asked him a question that we should he should walk you through undergraduate journey, right? And he said he finished from Federal University of Technology, which of course he proceeded to NYSC. Then he started talking about the post stuff. So what I'm thinking is that should that be the right answer? I think what the question that will provide that is what he has been doing so far after he finished undergraduate. Because I think when you ask about undergraduate, I think he must be talking about his achievements, his scholarly excellence, major stuff he did through his undergraduate. I don't know if I am thinking
The
too much of.
question I asked him was, he should tell me about his educational background, which he has actually done justice to. Basically, we don't want to know how your undergraduate, your secondary school actually is. We need to know from when you graduated. The only thing you can tell us about your undergraduate is, okay, you did sciences, these are the courses you took. That is all. And probably tell us this is what you graduated with. Outside that, we don't wish to actually know anything anymore. So he has actually, on that note, I can give him 7.5/10. Jimo, I hope that question is clear. And the next person I'll be calling upon is Henry Okaro. You are raising up your hands. Alan Mohammed, please be on standby.
Okay,
Henry.
thank you, King of Owambe. So
Thank you very much.
yeah, so I wanted to make a comment to Dennis. So for me, some of the questions, so I felt like probably in terms of giving context and personalization, he's talking about project management. And when you asked him what will project management do for him, so I also understand because he's trying to process some of the questions you asked him. So he mostly tries to repeat those questions before he goes into it. But I was maybe for my suggestion, a better way, basically, if you're talking about project management, I have to personalize it to some projects. So some of the things I usually talk about would be like maybe pick a scenario what you're working on in the office. You're currently working on this task. You work in a current organization, and this is you have a project you're working on, and this project is basically maybe expanded. If it's computer science you mentioned, probably you're working at where you are looking at deploying networks across the country, and then in deploying this network across the country, it basically involves you having to do XYZ. And this is a huge investment that your organization currently is putting effort in. And that's one of the things that prompted you to go into project management, because it's going to now equip you with all these things that you have now mentioned, because you gave a general overview of what project management is about. So, but if you can now basically link it to some of the projects that you are now going into long term, so for your organization, it will now basically give more context to the plan that and the value that the course is going to bring to you. So that's maybe my own suggestion. I think it might be a better way to present the reason for taking up this study. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Henry. Over to you, Alan Mohammed. Dennis, I hope you are taking note of all this information, please. Alan Mohammed.
Okay, thank you so much. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, please.
All right. So I just want to say something. David, you're doing a good job. But and from the previous speaker that I just talked, I know you were asked a question about your academic background, and I know towards the very end, you try to also bring in your professional background. Remember, the VO has just very few minutes with you, probably 2, 3, 5 minutes, and you know really want you to be very precise. So avoid very long answers so that you avoid them cutting you off short to ask you another question. So try to stick to your academic background. And like the viewer said, you never see them coming. So you need to think like very fast, and answering the question. Finally, I just want to say that keep on practicing, keep on uh, answering as many questions as possible, even by yourself or by a friend at home, because you never know what they'll ask you, and they'll ask you just very few questions before they can grant you the visa. Otherwise, you're doing very well. Keep on moving on, and I think it shall be well. All the best, bro.
Thank you very much, Alan. We appreciate your comment. So, I hope there's no other person. So, at this point, I would like to let you know, Dennis, you can still do better. Thank God you are here to get a date for your interview. And I'm pleased to let you know that it can only get better. How do I mean? Now, let's start from the business aspect. How much of your uncle's business do you know? Because you made mention that you are going to come back and be a pivot in that place. You are going to come back and hold a major position in that company. So, if you are going to come back to hold a major position, you must be able to know the rudiments of computer engineering. From what you have said, your uncle must have been a consultant or a contractor who deals with importation of computer systems, repair, sales, and the likes. So, if that is the case for you, you need to know the rudiments of computer engineering. And furthermore, you need to know more about your course of discipline, the course you are going for. You need to know more about this so that this will grant you the leverage to be able to answer whatever questions they might likely ask you. Are you with me? You
I'm
need
with you,
to
sir. I'm with you, sir.
good. You need to be able to know your onions. Questions like your travel history, they are likely to ask you. And I'm going to be asking this next candidate some questions that really deals with personality. So we'll see how he will handle it and we'll pick it up from there. Your visa should
Thank
be
you, sir.
ready in 4 to 5 working days. And depending on your mode of collection, I wish you all the best in your academic pursuit. May I
Thank you,
call
sir.
upon Shadrach Mbechi now, number 7.
Hello, hello.
We can hear you loud and clear. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. Nice having you around. Please, can you give us your profile, please?
Okay, um, I'm applying. I'm here. Okay, my name is Bechi Shadrach, and I'm here to interview for F1 visa to study my master's in computer engineering at George Mason University, Fairfax, Virginia, United States of America.
Good. Good morning. Documents, please.
Here they are. Thank you.
Why are you here?
I'm here to interview for F1 visa to enable me study master's in computer engineering at the University of George Mason University in Fairfax, Virginia, United States of America.
What do you understand by the word computer engineering?
Okay, computer engineering is a combination of computer science and electrical engineering. It's basically dealing on computers, the software part as well as the hardware part.
You have not answered the question. You only tell me, you have just said, you have only said the word computer engineering can be splitted into two. The word formation, you have actually done genetics for me. How the world came into being, the analysis of the world, how computer science, how they remove the science, and the electrical engineering, they remove the electrical, and they form the word computer engineering. I am asking you, what do you understand by the word computer engineering?
Okay, computer engineering is basically the art or science of fixing or designing of computer systems, bringing together the hardware part and the software that will tend to operate the hardwares. Basically, you have computer engineering involved in so many things we have now, of embedded systems, networking, and softwares.
With the current state of things in Nigeria as we speak, wouldn't you rather choose a university in Nigeria rather than spending so much money in the United States of America?
Well, the thing is, technology is really advancing, and America is way at the top. So I need to go to America to learn from the best, because right now in the country we've not really gotten to that level. So I need to go there and get the knowledge and come down here to develop our country too.
How long is your program?
It's a 2 years program.
What is your cost of attendance?
The cost of attendance is $37,000.
How do you intend to take care of this?
Okay, currently I'm unemployed. I'm going on a study leave, so some part of my savings are getting involved. Then I'm having also support from family, as well as loan from Empower Financing.
How do you intend to pay back this loan?
Yeah, the thing is, getting back here, getting back here. One is that my employment is still on because I'm allowed. So my salary continues running, as well as at the end of it, I'm also partnering. I'm also involved with my brother-in-law's business because he's a manufacturer. I'm a support engineer there, a technical support engineer there. So I get money from those both ends. So that will help me to facilitate my pay back my loans.
I don't think you'll be able to facilitate this finance of this course because number one, you are on study leave. We don't have an evidence to show that you are being supported financially. Number two, you are a technical person, and if you are not physically on ground at your brother's or your uncle's place of work, if you don't work, how will you be paid? And how much have you saved? You didn't tell us. We didn't know. So, how do you intend to be able to give what it takes and be focused during your study period? Don't you think you'll be heavily distracted and coming all the way from Nigeria to study in the United States of America and not having your dream come true? Don't you think that would be a really big deal? Dennis, can you please deactivate your camera, please?
The reason I'm going to study is for benefit of both my employer as well as
Dennis, can you help us deactivate your camera? Awoshika Dennis, please deactivate your camera, please. Sadra, kindly bear with us. Continue, please.
I said the reason I'm going to study is for the benefit of myself, my employer, as well as my family's business. Because the knowledge I'm going to get, I believe coming back here, developing it more, will bring a lot of money in.
Shadrach, you are not getting the question. There is no opportunity at the embassy. Have you been to the embassy before?
No, no, this is my first attempt.
Good. I pray you get your visa this first attempt. They will not repeat their questions the way I'm trying to reframe it so that I'm logically putting the answers in your mouth. I am explaining to you that your finances is having issue, is having a K leg. It should not be like that. What I'm letting you realize is that you must be able to convince the visa officer that your finance is going to be properly taken care of. You will be able to pay your tuition, not that you are going to constitute a nuisance to the system. When you come into America and you are not able to pay your bills, they report you to the home office, which will not be okay. What I'm saying is you should be able to present your good financial status, being capable of paying your school fee. It is very, very important. Going forward, are you gay?
No, I'm not.
You like to speak more on that?
The thing is, everybody have how do I put it?
I don't know how you want to put it.
Everybody have their own perspective or lifestyle. So, myself, I'm not, but I know there are people that are.
So, do you have
I
why
can
is
hear you.
everyone smiling? I'm not saying anything. People are laughing. That's what is they are trying to get back at me. It's my question. My question is not funny. It's just a very simple, honest question. It's just like asking you in the form, what's your sexual orientation? You can, okay, Shadrach, can you tell me how many sexual orientation you know?
I don't really get you by sexual orientation.
How many sexes do you know?
Okay, okay. For me, I know it's male and female.
But do you realize you are going into the United States of America?
Yes, I do.
And how many sexual orientation do you think we have in the United States of America?
No, I know of male, female, then LGBTQ, or thereabouts.
Now, we have LGBTQ plus. Please, in your as a computer science student, when you have a plus on an equation or a statement, what does it signify?
It means additional. There's room for additional or advanced levels.
It means okwogon, e plenty. Okay, all right. I just said it's extreme. Alexios, you would like to say something? Francisca, why are you laughing?
Welcome, well done, sir.
How you doing, man?
I'm fine, sir. So, I like this topic very, very well. And I like asking it people. Hmm? Without missing word, Mr. Sheldrak, Mr. Ade have been trying to reframe, renarrate, reposition everything for you to understand. A VO listening to you and this, as you say, this is your first time, will never give your enemy the visa. And the VO will put your enemy's name on the blacklist that is laughing. If you are male, then you know about male and female. And that's why we are in this um mock session to know things and to understand how to it's not nobody is trying to get back at you. It did not say anything bad, it did not say anything good for someone to get back at you. You don't know it. Why we are here is if this question is being thrown to you, sir, I don't know it. How do I answer it? You coming to say people are getting back at you is no, no. So don't
Say that.
use the word maybe some people you are male, some people may not be, but some people are. They are asking you, not whether some people are or some people are not. Please, I just want you to understand this notion because if I'm the viewer asking you, you don't know if I'm a gay or if I'm bisexual. Are you getting me? You don't know my own type. You don't know if I'm demisexual. You don't know if I'm gray asexual. We have so many types. Do you understand, sir? So
Okay.
from the way your mouth is shaking, I will know that your enemy is not needed in our area. You're going to a different place. Just say you don't know it, you don't know how to answer it. They correct you. You put it. Your I don't know if your date is coming close. All these things. That's why if I'm telling someone, if you are doing interview, have a recorder beside you. I'm recording how your own interview and all the questions they are asked, you are being asked is being followed. So after you go and put in practice. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alexios. Actually, okay. Uh, I won't say anything for now. Let me take all the comments. Fagbon Oluwadamilare, please speak so that you don't keep raising up your hands.
All right, good evening, everyone. I would like to comment on the aspect when you asked him about how is he going to pay back his loan. Hope you can hear me, sir.
Yeah, I can hear
Loud
you.
and clear.
All right, when they ask you that question, like how are you going to pay back your loan? You mentioned the repayment plan and then the monthly repayment. Did you get it? And then how you are going to pay it back? Did you get it, sir? So you won't tell them like you just be blabbing. You tell them how you are going to pay it back. The repayments, like how many years do you have to pay it back? How much you be paying monthly, and your salary. And then you tell them your salary. So that is how you are going to answer that question. I put my number in the listing. You can message me. I'm also using a loan, so it's not a problem. So that is how to answer that question.
Thank you.
Yes. All right.
Thank,
That's my comment. Thank you.
thank you very much.
All
So,
right.
this all right. Ayinde Ahmed, you are raising up your hands.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. I really enjoyed this session. Actually, this is also my first time here, and it will be my first time for the interview too. I think Mr. Cedric, sorry if I pronounce your name wrongly, he asked you, "Are you a gay?" Like all the other commenters have already put it. You know the country that you're going to. They believe in all type of stuff. So I think it would be
Good.
better if you're married, you can say that I'm not a gay. I'm currently married with 3 kids and so on and so forth back in my own country. I think that is an enough answer to that question. I don't know if I'm right.
Thank you very much, Ayinde. Having said, do we have any other comments, opinion, observations before I wrap it up? All right. Chibuike, please go ahead.
Ainde, I'm trying to correct you. Point of correction. The question is not, are you a gay? It's, are you gay? Thank you.
Thank you very much. I love this family meeting today. Okay, Shadrach,
Yeah, I can hear you.
I don't want to pepper your toros. You know what they call toros? You
Yes.
know what they call toros?
Yes.
You sure say you know what they call toros?
Bomb bomb, right?
No, be bon bon. When you are playing football, when you are playing when you are playing football and somebody dribbles you and passes the ball in between your legs, that is what we call toros. Now, I don't want to dribble you. Let's go straight to the point. It is my pleasure to let you know that you are qualified for this United States F1 visa. And if you put in your very best, you will get it at the first attempt. However, there are certain questions you must answer definitely. Please. Now, we are not asking uh English here. We are not doing biology. He has given you the answer. Are you gay? Not are you a gay? Are you gay? It's a simple, straightforward question. He has answered you. I did grammar. I went to a grammar school. I attended a grammar school. and I graduated verified grammar, and I did international education on English, and you can be sure I passed. First attempt. So we don't want to go into grammaticals, contents, you understand, expressions, mechanical accuracy. We don't want to go into all of that. What we are here for, we are focused on how we can navigate our way, vying the path of this channel. Now, the question on ground is, are you gay? Please, I hope I have the attention of everyone. Can you hear me loud and clear, please? Can you hear me loud
Yes,
and clear? Good. Francisca, thank
yes, I
you. Can you all
Yes,
hear me loud and
yes,
clear?
yes, we can hear you. We can hear
We
you.
can
Okay.
hear you.
All right. Thank you very much. Can others hear me? I need to be sure at least majority are good. Thank you very much. Now,
Yes, we can hear you.
thank you very much. It is my pleasure to let you know that in the United States of America, we have as many gender as possible. Now, I'm not going to bring religion into this, but let me chip in something. You see, knowledge was poured onto earth, and for as many that are able to grab it, they are able to make use of it. Let me dive in again into another aspect. When you look at agriculture, you look at your grape and orange, they belong to the same family, but they bear different fruits. There's something the agriculturists call grafting. You can cut a part of a tree, mold it into another tree, and ensure its survival, and it becomes part of that tree, and they bear different, they share the same content or nutrients, but they produce different fruits. That is in agriculture. Now, let's go further. There's something I have done before. I have a chicken, a hen. It lays a local hen. There's another one they call agric. Now, that agric is big, but it doesn't know how to lay and hatch eggs. They are not allowed, or the conditions don't allow them. They are just layers. Now, I put it in an environment where the eggs will be fertilized, and this my local hen that knows how to incubate, fertilize, and hatch the eggs into chicks. I bring the hybrid, the agric eggs fertilized onto the hen. Now, what am I trying to do? I'm not only crossbreeding, I'm trying to raise a completely different offspring genetically. Now, it's going to have a change of mentality in terms of behavior. Mind you, the so called agri hen in our country, Nigeria, is not our local hen. Our local hen are strong and very dangerous. They can scatter the floor with their feet, and you know what things they can do. But these agri ones, they are very big. They are always well fed. They are like ajebota. So when you think of ajebota marrying a stark, complete ajepako and now living in the village, you know that the the offspring they are going to have will be definitely different. Now, this offspring will be subjected to some conditions that will make it better than the two parents. So where we are going, in essence, they have different beliefs from Nigerians. They have different sexual orientation from Nigerians. And you must realize that if your supervisor happens to be gay, will you say, or your lecturers happens to be gay, will you say you are going to jump out of the class? If your supervisor is a lesbian and fixes an appointment for you, will you say you will not attend because she's a lesbian? These are the things we need to consider. These are the things we need to know. Now, when such a question is posed at you, the best way to answer, or one of the best ways you can answer, is I am straight and I have no bias against any gender. I don't have anything against any gender. I am straight. Full stop. Mind you, do not smile and don't laugh. The same way you'll be answering the questions about how do you support your brothers or your uncle's business, what would this course do for you? Tell me about your school. The same attitude, the same facial expression you must carry on. This will enable you to ensure that, yes, you are able to do justice to that. I hope I've been explicit on this topic.
Yes.
Good. Now, Shadrach, you are going for computer engineering. Now you know that a whole lot is involved. How do I mean? I am interested in your course. Do you have a date yet?
No.
Good. Now, you know that a whole lot is involved. We have artificial intelligence taking over. We have a lot of things is happening. How do I mean? A lot in the sense that the advent, the influx of computing into our daily life is on the increase. So, limelight is going to be on you, most likely. And for those going to health or medicine, limelight is going to be on you because what impact you are more or less like the future of our life. What impact will you be doing? What are the things you'll be putting in place to ensure that you actually know your onions? When I ask you what is computer engineering, you are doing concatenation and word formation for me. No. As a practicing person, just like Dennis. Dennis said he did his internship or he was serving at his brother's company. You should be able to tell us the practicality of all these things. You should be able to tell us these are the things you have done in reality for us to know that yes, you are able to ensure that these things are actually in place. You must be able to tell us, okay, your own area of specialization is the RAM, the random access memory of a computer system. You can revive it when it burns out. The random access memory of a laptop, for instance, or a desktop is like your chalkboard. The more you have it increased, the more workspace you have. It is what enables your computer system to be able to go into hibernation and comes out of hibernation. Whereas your CMOS battery is what entails the ability of retaining time, retaining information upon sleep mode or hibernation mode. These are the ways to answer questions that are posed at you. You don't know the profession of whom you are going to meet as the visa officer. If you happen to meet someone like me at the embassy, what will be your take? And I just ask you, what is computer engineering? And you are not able to answer. If they ask you, I'm going to ask you two more questions so that we don't waste so much of our time. Question number one, Shadrach, I hope you are there.
Yes, I am.
Good. What would this course do for you?
Now, the course will do a whole lot for me because it's taking
Wrong,
on the.
wrong startup. You don't answer questions by saying okay. You don't answer such questions you say it will do a whole lot. Itemize them. The moment you open your mouth, don't say, don't try to make full sentences. We don't have time for that. Let me chip in something. While we were in the elementary school, they say when they ask you what is your name, you say my name is. At this level, you don't answer with my name is. When they ask you what is your name, I am this and no. When they ask you what is my name, Shadrach Mbechi, simple. They are counting time. They have a whole lot of people to attend to. So if they need you to now expatiate and elaborate, you can now say, my name is so 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 and so. I graduated from this school. These are the things that I do. Things that surrounds your name. My last question for you. Tell me about your school.
I graduated from Nnamdi Azikiwe University,
Tell me
Department of.
about your school, the school you are going to in America.
Okay. George, okay. George Mason University was established in 1972. And current it has 4 campuses. We have in Fairfax County, we have in Prince Williams. There's other one, and there's one in North South Korea. There's 4 of them, and the president of George Mason University is Dr. Gregory Washington. The school is a Tier 1 research public university.
Thank you very much. I'll be approving your visa. Depending on your mode of application or what you are filled in, your visa should arrive between 5 and 6 days. Thank you very much. I hope you've gotten the comments from others, and please kindly work on them to ensure that you become a better person so that your visa will be approved. Thank you very much. George, you want to say something? You can
Yeah, good
deactivate your
evening.
camera, Shadrach.
Good evening, sir.
George, we can hear you loud and clear.
All right, sir. I am also going to George Mason University, so I would like point out when you asked him to tell you about his school. My only advice is that he should just try and maybe read more about George Mason University, because what I've heard so far is that they might try to like confirm what you said. You said George Mason was established in 1972. No, George Mason was part of University of Virginia, and it was formed as a college in 1949. So if you are saying it was formed in 1972, that was when it became a university. That was when it became a university, but it was formerly a college. So saying 1972, and when they find out it is 1949, means that you've not done a proper work on the school that you are going to. So you have to like just say more things. Yeah, that is what I have to say.
Thank you very much, George. We appreciate that. The next person now is Saliu Ramat. Shadrach, I hope you got that information.
Yes, I did.
Please, you need to do more research and know your onions. You need to do more research and know your onions. Please.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Good. For as many that are in this meeting, kindly drop your email addresses so that I can send you the link to this meeting. Drop your email addresses. Sally Ramat, Torishe Bone, you raised up your hand. We are listening to your comment, observation, or question, please.
Okay, please. On my own phone here that I'm using, I'm not seeing where to drop a chat on a chat box
You will
because
see
I've been.
something that looks like message, SMS. You are using a phone, right?
Yes.
Touch, do as if you want to slide the page up. Click on it. Can you see it? You can see the red button. You can see the red button like ending a call. Bone, I need you to respond to my questions.
Yes, I've seen it now. Thank you so
Now,
much.
click on the three button. That's the menu. You will see where you can type your message.
In call
Thank you very
message.
much.
All right, thank you. I've seen it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Salihu Ramat, we are waiting for you.
Hello.
Is this your first time of coming here?
Yes, it is my first time.
Do you have a date yet?
Yes, I do. May 20th.
May 20th. Are you ready for this?
Yes, I am.
Good morning, documents, please.
Okay.
Can we get to meet you?
My name is Tani Ramat, and I'll be going to University of Denver to study environmental sustainability.
What do you understand by the word environmental sustainability?
It's the ability to maintain and conserve a sustainable environment for
When you are
current and future.
defining a phrase or giving an interpretation, you don't use the same word to interpret the same word. I'm not expecting you to use words that has to say environmental or the word sustainability in your definition. Can you try again, please?
Bonnet, put off your video.
Hello.
I need you to define environmental sustainability without using the word
Sustainability.
sustainability and environmental.
Okay, is the ability to maintain and conserve to maintain and conserve the natural resources for current and future generations.
Ramat,
Yes.
assuming this is the very first question they are going to ask you at the embassy, what do you think will happen to the rest of the conversation? Don't
It's going to
answer. It's a rhetorical question that is meant for you to answer within yourself. I don't want you, I need you to judge yourself within yourself, like you answer the question and put it in your mind. Are you listening to me?
Yes, I am.
I need you to judge that question, judge this scenario, at least your few minutes in this meeting. Let's assume is the real thing that happens at the embassy, United States Embassy. How do you think? What do you think their opinion of you will be? So, moving forward, next question: how did you gain admission into this university?
I submitted a competitive application. Then I also submitted two recommendations, one from my undergraduate supervisor and the other one from my workplace.
Can you walk us through your application process?
Please come again.
Can you narrate, explain what your application process entails?
Okay, I submitted a competitive personal statement as well as two recommendations.
And that is all.
Yes.
Have you been to the embassy before?
No, this is my first time.
This is a typical scenario of what happens at the embassy. With your level of education, do you know that the statement you have just made is very annoying? Now you are asking someone, tell me how you gained admission into this school. You only say you applied. In your application, did they respond? No. Did they send you any I-20? No. Did they send you anything like application acceptance, admission letter? No. Are you seeing the things I'm seeing? Because you have 4 eyes, I only have 2 eyes. Chidinma Wanchuku, please deactivate and mute your microphone. Chidinma Wanchuku, please. Sally Ramat,
Yes, I'm here.
you have a whole lot of work ahead of you. Are you ready for this interview?
Okay, maybe I should just listen to others. Then I'll
No, you are not
determine.
going to listen to others. So you're on the hot seat already. But for the boldness to put your name on the list is something. I can bet it with you that we have more than enough people in this group, in this meeting, that don't have the courage to put down their names, yet they wish to be interviewed. Do you believe that?
Boss, can I say something, sir?
All right, please go ahead.
Okay, sir. Sir, I understand her what Ramat is trying to say. I will try to appeal. Let her stay. Let's take the next person. Then let her listen. Let her come the next one, please, sir.
She is number. What number are you? You are number
But
9. You are number 8
8.
out of 11. Have you not been listening to 7 people before you?
Um,
Are you sure you were in the meeting or you just came in when it's almost your time?
no, I've been in the meeting.
So tell me 2 things, important things that you have learned in this meeting. Tell me 2 important things you have learned in this meeting.
You advise some people, like when they ask questions, we go in details. Then there was another person who wants to study medicine. I've been in the meeting.
The question I'm asking, I say, what have you learned? I'm not saying what I've told others. Tell me the thing where you don't learn. Your own. What can you say you have gained from attending this meeting today? All right, don't worry. Let's call the launches. This is a typical USA visa interview. This is what happens live at the embassy. They will ask you series of questions and you're expected to give answers promptly, precisely, and as quick as possible. Try as much as possible. Cut the chase. When they ask you a question, don't perambulate. Keep your eyes on the person asking you the question. In fact, be looking at the person eyeball to eyeball. So, are you ready for me now?
Yes.
Good morning, documents, please.
Good morning. Here they are.
Why are you here?
I'm here for my F1 visa interview that would enable me go for my master's in global environmental sustainability at the University of Denver.
How did you hear about this university?
I made my researches on universities that offer majors in environmental sustainability, and I was narrowed down to 4 universities. So I applied to these 4 universities, which are University of Denver, University of New Havens, University of Michigan, and University of Dundee.
How many of those schools admitted you?
3 of these universities offered me admission: University of New Haven, University of Michigan, and University of Denver.
Why have you chosen this particular school?
I picked University of Denver among others because of the course curriculum, which aligns perfectly with my career plan. And
What is in the course curriculum that aligns to your career path? And what is your career path?
is to come back to Nigeria and take up a role as a sustainability manager at Nursery, an agency that implements environmental regulations.
Have you answered my question? You said they have a curriculum. University
Yes.
of Denver has a curriculum that aligns to your career path. I said, what is in the curriculum and what is your career path?
Okay. I'll get to study courses like agriculture and sustainability development. I'll get to study courses as well as environmental security and also renewable energy.
What would this course do for you?
I'll be coming back to Nigeria to take up a role as a sustainability manager at Nursery, an agency that implements environmental regulations.
When I ask such a question, why is it that majority of us don't get to understand the question? How do I mean? Just like in Nigeria, we write the UME, that's the Unified Matriculation Examination. What would that exam, upon successful completion of that exam, what will it do for you? This exam will enable me gain admission into my choice of higher institution. Now, what will studying this course do for you, Ramat, is that it will make you knowledgeable about your choice of discipline. The course you have chosen to study, you will know more about it. So I need you to go and do more research. What are the things, what are the knowledge, what are the revelations you are going to have concerning this course of yours? What are the things you are going to be going through? What are the things you will have to, what are the knowledge you will acquire? That is the word. What are the knowledge you will acquire? What are the things you don't know before that now you will have known upon successful completion of this course? That is what answers my question. Now, the answer you are providing is what will you do after successful completion of your course? You can see that you are answering two different questions. So the essence of this meeting is to ensure that we relate together, to ensure that we have understanding of how the United States Embassy works. We have an idea of how the United States Embassy ask their question and what they expect of us to answer in return. Okay?
Yes.
That is how it works. What is your cost of attendance?
My cost of attendance is $69,273, and I've been offered a scholarship of $25,000.
How do you think to make up for this deficit?
The deficit will be paid by my father. He is a farmer and he has been in this business for over 30 years. He will be covering up my deficit. And he earns an income of 100 million annually.
Uh, all right. You tried in answering the question, but I'm not pleased. Number one, you didn't mention your father's name. You didn't tell us what he does in his business. These are the things we expect to hear from you. All right? These are the things we expect you to tell us. You don't need more than maximum, if it's gone to the extreme, 3 sentences concerning your sponsor. My sponsor is my lovely father in person of Alaji Saliu. You understand? He is a successful farmer or is a successful business agriculturist, or you understand what to say, is into this rearing of cows, planting of cocoa, exportation of cocoa, distribution of meat, beef to major stakeholders like Mr. Biggs, Nestle Food. You understand? Project his image as a business tycoon, project his image as somebody that is able to do and is capable of doing these things. That show forth is how do I call it? Describe him in a way to show that he's actually having the resources to finance your education. And with that, if you have the account statement, tender it. It will be covering up for my finances. Who is your contact person in the United States of America?
Samantha Garvash is my DSO.
Have you made any traveling arrangements?
No, not yet. I will do that once I get my visa approved.
Why not say you have made bookings on hold and upon approval of your visa, you will be making payments? Is that not okay that way?
Yes,
Or
it
what do
is
you
right.
think?
Yes, it's very cool.
Can you tell me how you plan to navigate upon arrival at the United States? What is the nearest airport to your school? How do you go by air train to your school? How do you arrange your transportation?
Oh,
I catch you.
I
You never see me coming. I have told you severally. You think you two want to escape? Everybody, nobody will see me coming. In today's meeting, no way. I came a bit prepared today. I'm waiting for my answer.
Oh, I've not studied that yet.
Good. Hold on, please. Olivia Ike, you are raising up your hand. Please, we are listening.
Okay, yeah, good evening, house. I wanted to ask because you talked about travel plans. If someone has made travel plans, how do you consider? Are you supposed to tell them at the embassy that you've made your travel plans? Do you come out and give them the full details? I just want you to clarify that part for me.
Okay, Olivia Ike, what do you
Yeah,
understand by the word travel plans?
like maybe you've bought your tickets, you
You
have
cannot buy your ticket until your visa is approved.
okay,
Or let me put it this way, you are not advised to buy your ticket before your visa approval.
okay.
Because if it doesn't happen, or if the visa is not approved in good time, what happens to the money you have paid? And you don't have an agent that will help you sell the ticket, what happens? Do you want to waste the millions of money you have invested in purchase of tickets?
Okay, what if someone has like a visiting visa? Is it okay for the person to buy tickets?
You are not applying for a visiting visa. This
No.
meeting is for those that are just applying for visa newly, new visa applicants. And majorly, we are focusing on students.
Yes, it's a student visa. Yes, it's student visa that I'm applying for.
If you are applying for a student visa and you hold a visiting visa,
Yeah.
they are likely to terminate that visiting upon the approval of your F1 visa. Okay?
Okay.
You cannot hold two different visas to the same country.
No, that's not correct.
I don't get.
That's not correct. Somebody has visiting visa, and when they give the F1 visa, they didn't terminate the visiting visa. So both were in the passport.
Okay. I'm not saying they
He
will
did not say.
withdraw.
He did not say. He did not say the person will terminate. That your visiting visa will be terminated online automatically. You cannot make use of it. What you'll be
Okay.
using as a student is your F1 visa, because with
Okay.
your visiting visa, it cannot school. That is
Yeah.
why they will have to stop
Okay.
so that you will go to your school. You cannot make use of that visa for any entry.
Okay. All right.
Olivia,
Yes, please.
I like you. You know why? I like you. You sabi English, gan. I want to ask you a very simple question. I pray that the Lord will bless you mightily
Amen.
and you be very big. Sally Ramat, calm down now. Why are you threatening me with your serious look? Ramat, you are threatening me with your look. Just calm down.
Okay.
No, the fact that she's not showing her face doesn't mean I can't deal with her. If you owe a diplomatic visa to the United States of America and you want to apply as a student visa, what's going to happen to that diplomatic visa you are holding?
I don't know. I don't know.
I told you you cannot hold two visas at the same time to a country, and you are arguing with me that it is impossible, it is not possible. When we say something, please, if you are not clear, if you don't understand, please, the best way to do it is to clarify and ask. There is no crime in asking. I have said this time and again. I that am speaking, I don't know everything. I can learn from you the same way you are learning from my meeting here. There's nothing bad in you shedding light on the things that I don't know. I was tutoring someone and I said, just in case you get to the embassy, I really read books on some topics. Due to the fact that we are online, I might not be able to say so many things directly. Please try and understand why. And I asked the person, if you get to the embassy and they ask you, or
Yes.
Ramat, I need your
Yes.
attention, please.
Okay, I'm
If you
here.
get to the embassy and they ask you, are you a lesbian? What will be your response?
No, I'm not. I'm straight.
Now, see your composure. You didn't smile. You didn't laugh. You are just looking normal, straight, the same way you are answering questions that pertains to what is your school's name, what is the mascot of your school, what is the location of your school, when was your school created. But if you go ahead to laugh, they'll look at you that, why are you laughing? Is this a strange question? This is a normal thing that happens in our own community. These candidates argued back and forth and laughed, said they will never ask me in Jesus' name. And I said, no problem. Lo and behold, that same question was posed at the embassy. We all know what is likely to happen to such a person like that. I hold no bias against any religion. In fact, the things I know, I thank God that I know the things I know. And when people make some prayer points, I just look at them and say, these people, they perish because they lack knowledge. I won't say more than that. Thank you very much. Rama, do you have any question for me?
Uh, yes. What if I'm being asked what are my plans upon graduation and I'm trying to change where I work presently? Am I supposed to tell them in that manner?
First thing first, when they ask you, what's your post-study plan? Even if you are going to stay, no, are you, number one, you and I know you are not praying to come back to Nigeria.
Yes.
So if I that am here, I know that you are not planning to come back, should I also bust your bubble? The visa officers, they know that we are not coming back. Your school that is giving you admission, they know that you are not coming back. When you have video conference, they will tell you, we don't wish you to go back to your country because we need you to add value. You are brilliant. That is why we have accepted you. You are brilliant and we love you to attend and add value to our community. You don't need to let them know you are changing jobs. It is none of their business. When they ask you, are you intending to change your job or whatever, they won't ask you all those. They will only ask, what's your post-study plan? Upon successful completion of my course, I'll be returning back to my home country where my office has reserved my job. Where I work currently, I'll be opportune to come back to that same position, but now with added responsibilities. Because the knowledge I have acquired, I will be demonstrating and putting it into practice to add value and increase the productivity of my company. Do you get the logic?
Yes.
Yeah. Kone, Torise, please, you are raising up your hands.
Yes, I am. I want to ask a question because concerning the number of schools, you asked her how many schools she applied to, and she said she applied to 4. And she mentioned that she was admitted into 3. What if a person mentions 3 schools the person is applied to and only one gave the person admission? Should the person say verbatim that he has admission from 1, or the person should just go ahead to just mention the 3 schools and say the one that gave, like, why the one that gave the person
Let me
admission,
cut you
why
short.
that one?
Let me cut you short. It is my pleasure to let you know that a lot of people had applied to just one school. They gained admission to just one school, and we discussed, just like we are having a family meeting now. We told them, when they ask you, just say you applied to 3 different schools. To know the names of the school is not a problem. They will never ask you the details about the other schools. You will only tell them, upon application to 3 different schools, this school was the first to respond to you, and by the time they had an interaction with you, you fell in love with the way they were giving you support, and you sent them a mail asking for some question, and they responded under 7 hours, and you felt so excited, and your inclination to further your research on this school increased, and you let go of the other 2 schools. Are you telling me you are not in love with the way I have expressed myself just now? Tony?
I am.
Ramat, the
Yes.
question I have just been asked and the answer I profounded, how do you rate it? How do you see it?
Yes, it's good.
So please, we must all be smart enough in seeing the question they are asking us. Know the kind of answer they want us to give. This will help us and increase our chances of getting admitted. Thank you very much. Um, if you have no other question for me, I'll be moving on to the next candidates on our list tonight in person of Amzat Tohib, number 9. Amzat Tohib.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Certainly, this is not your first time of coming to this meeting,
This is my first time.
but you have been seeing others sit and present themselves well. Please do the same.
It's because I don't have like that's it. I'm just
You cannot buy 7 candles and light the candles in front of yourself. You need to buy candles. So please, anybody that is not coming, there's no power supply, camera is not working, we will not entertain them. I've said it before, please.
sorry for that, sir.
Real one, Adejuma, what is it? Really one you lie, Adejuma. You are raising up your hands.
Yes, I'm sorry. I just want to know the modality of how you are calling people. So because
We have a list 1 to 11, and that is the number of people we can accommodate today. The meeting started at 1700 hours, that's 5 p.m. Nigerian time, and we'll be talking for 3 hours now.
all right. So please, okay, please, how can I get
This
my name
list
into the
is
list?
filled up.
Maybe like subsequent.
Next time we have a meeting, join early. When I say the meeting is 5 p.m., the meeting link will be open some minutes before 5. Put down your name on the list or
Okay.
pick a number and you'll be called upon.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much.
Tohib,
Yeah,
good
I'm
morning.
safe.
Documents, please.
Yeah, they have, sir.
Can we get to meet you? Be looking at your camera, not your screen.
All right, sir.
How did you get this admission?
Officer, I got this admission after submitting the competitive document, which include a well-detailed statement of purpose, an academic transcript, and 3 professors from my department also submitted a recommendation letter buttressing my research skills and teaching experience. Thereafter, I was invited for a Zoom interview from the graduate admission committee, the name of Professor Benjamin, the graduate coordinator of computational mathematics, Professor Clapper, and my potential supervisor, which is Professor Frank.
How many schools did you apply to?
I applied to 4 schools.
Tohib, down now.
I
When
have
I say
asked,
how many schools did you apply to, you are answering part of the question. I expect you, see, when your visa officer asks you a question and you respond and he keeps quiet, he's expecting you to say more. So I'm actually expecting you to say more about your application process. You applied to 4 schools, mention their names. How many gave you admission? How many are you yet to hear from? Why you are choosing what you are choosing until the visa officer cuts you short.
sorry for that, sir.
Tell me about your school.
I I choose Temple. I'm going to Temple University. Temple University is an R1 research university, and it's one of the best public university in Philadelphia. It was named after a Baptist in the year 1884, and they have about 6 campuses across the 6 continents.
What is the student to lecturer ratio?
They have a 12:1 ratio of student to lecturer. 12:1.
How do you intend to cope with the weather condition in United States?
With the last interview I had with my potential advisor, which is the name of Professor Clapper, I was able to ask about the weather around Philadelphia, and with that, I should be able to cope with the weather over there.
You have not answered my question. You are cramming. You don't come to my training session and come and you think your la cram la pour will work. How do you think?
Honestly, Baba don't cram tire.
No, answer. See, if I ask you the next three questions, I can bet you'll be confused. Tell me about the word logic in mathematics.
In mathematics, a logic has to do with the truth table, whereby we have what is called a true and false. We have several symbols under logic, which are we have what is called union.
Amzat. Àìgbọ́fálà ń wòkè, ipá kan ò sí ní para. Àgbà ọ̀jẹ̀ ló ń bá sọ̀rọ̀, àwọn ò kì í ṣòpè. Tó bá ti ń bá mi sọ̀rọ̀, máa wojú kámẹ́rà. Má máa wò. It has a different meaning. That's what I'm telling you. People wey know me, they know me. So yeah, kó máa yé ẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn o. Logic simply means the knowledge of zeros and ones. Simply put, zeros and one. You don't need to be looking at the sky. You are just deceiving yourself. If you go with this mindset to the embassy, my brother, don't be waiting with it. You know how much is MRV fee? Do you know how much is service fee?
Yes,
By the
sir.
time you put the two together, now small, you go join and go buy one small motor for area. At least by the time you add those two things together, you'll be looking at 1 million naira. So don't let your 1 million naira just go by like that. Oh. If you know, say you never ready, carry the money, come, maybe we buy goat, when we do our son. Please. Please. If you know you are not ready, carry this money, come, where you want use buy MRV and service fee. Let's go and eat asun. Are you listening?
Yes, sir.
Please.
I'm waiting,
Good.
sir.
Why have you chosen this university as against the universities in your home country, especially University of Lagos?
Officer, I choose to study my PhD program at Temple University because the academic system of the United States of America is highly regarded as one of the best in the world.
What would this course do for you?
Upon the completion of my PhD program in mathematics with concentration in computational mathematics, I'll be taking up a role of a senior lecturer.
Wrong. This course will not allow you to take up the role of a senior lecturer, kankan, and allow you the lie. What knowledge will you have acquired is the question thus interpreted. What knowledge will you have gained? Your brain should have been expanded the more. You should know more. What are the more is what I want you to elucidate for us. We are listening. What are the
Sir,
other things you will have known? Ó sọ fún ẹ pé máa gbé ẹ landicap, wọ́n bá mi ṣayò, ó rò pé àjẹdọ́ba máa fi jẹ, gbàgbé bó ṣe ṣẹlẹ̀. Ó yá now, let's go.
This degree will equip me with the knowledge of problem.
I'll be approving your visa. Please give 4 to 5 working days for its arrival. And I'm wishing you all the best in the United States of America. So, comments and observations, please. Sunday, please go ahead.
All right, thank you so much for the privilege. First, cramming will not work. That's just the frank truth.
Pardon?
Cramming for interview will never work. I'm also a math student. If we just go with this cram, it will never work at all. First two questions will scatter everything. And once you scatter everything, for you to pull yourself back, the time is already over. You get me? Just be yourself. You're a math student. I'm also a math student. Be yourself. You know what you want to study. What will computational mathematics do for you? What are the knowledge are you going to gain? Very simple. As a PhD student going for computational mathematics, this will grant me advanced knowledge in mathematical sciences, whereby I'm able to delve deeper in computational skills, which will enhance me to solve real world problems. It's just let it flow natural. Cramming will never work. Please.
Thank you, sir.
Chibuike.
Okay, Hamzat, please, I want you to connect with Sunday. Like, connect him. Write your WhatsApp number. Connect with him. Don't miss him. So I want you to like brush yourself very well. You actually crammed and it's affecting you. It's giving you tension. You are under pressure. You are not concentrating. No eye contact. Because if you go to the interview like this, trust me, you can't even answer one question. So you already have someone who studied the same course, the same mathematics in mathematics field you are. So just connect with him so that you two can actually work on your transcript so that you can actually answer the questions confidently and invest time. Like me, I don't know it all, even till now. I don't know it all, but I try to invest my time each day. I try to do something, and it's not by cramming. It's about I have already prepared my transcript. So what I do is I keep reading it every day, and as I listen today, I go back to my notes and make adjustments, and I keep reading it. I am not cramming any word. I should keep reading it every day. If I go to work and come back, I read my transcript all over again from the first question to the last question, and I begin to find out that it's sinking into my head. So cramming with force cannot do you any good. So please connect with Sunday. He will be of help to you, and he's in the same field with you. All will be well. Thank you.
Do we have any other question, opinion, observation, please? All right. In the absence of none, okay. Please go ahead. Lawrence.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. So sorry, this question is directly to you, Mr. Prince. I noticed there's this question you asked, and is I think the answer is lingering into two different ways. But I wanted clarity. First, you said, what would this course do for you? Is it in terms of what the knowledge one will get from the course, or is it that what one will be coming back to the country to do with the course? So that's why I want to get in it straight.
Please mute your microphone. Now, when I ask, what would this course do for you? This course simply means you are here to learn. What are the knowledge you will gain? That is what this course will do for you. What would this course do for you? Means what are the knowledge you are going to gain? Not what will happen after you have successfully completed your studies. Now, by the time you are looking at what this course will do for you, you are looking at the knowledge, the new things you will have learned. Now, these new things you have learned is now tending towards what will help you and what will aid you to do better after now. So, when you begin to execute your post-study plans, the knowledge you have acquired is what you will now be using. I repeat, what would this course do for you? This course will expand your knowledge, will enlarge your course in terms of your discipline. You'll be able to do more, you know more. Now, when you are now, it's completely different from what is your post-study plan. Your post-study plan is the output of your knowledge acquired from the university. Now, the knowledge you have acquired is because you have gone to school to study. Now, going to school to study, you now acquire this knowledge. This knowledge will not be an input into either a company, or you come back home, you take up a higher role, or you come back to that same role. And by the time you begin to exercise the knowledge acquired, it means you are putting what you have learned as an input into what you want to be. So for your post-study plan, the input is what you have learned. So one is input and the other one is logically the input is acting as an input, as an output to some. The successful completion of your master's program or your PhD program will now enable you to achieve more. Do you understand my point now, Lawrence?
Yeah, very well. Thank you for the clarity. I appreciate it.
You are most welcome. So, thank you very much. Really one, please kindly mute your microphone. Please, you are distracting us. I've told you are disturbing us. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Guys,
Hamza Tohib, are you there with us?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good. We can't see your face. That's why I was worried. So basically, you have heard from the pros and cons, and I want to say, thank God you are in this meeting today to meet somebody who is of help. And please, I'm putting out a disclaimer. Help someone. If you cannot help genuinely, please avoid it. This is a disclaimer. Anything transactional, anything money, I am not involved. Please, I am seeing numbers flying around. If any transaction is going to go on and you are not clear, kindly reach out to me. Please. I have seen people, we want to help ourselves, I know. But please, there are ways to go about it. Please, money is not easy to come by. I have been talking for more than 3 hours now. It is not easy. So please, try as much as possible. I know people are good. A lot of good people are in this meeting. But remember what the Holy Scripture says. Say when the children of light gathered, the devil gathered amidst them. Please, let us be conscious of our environment. Having said that, your visa will be approved. And
Thank you,
please
sir.
stick around and let's see one or two more things you can pick up from today's meeting before we adjourn the meeting to another day. We'll be calling upon the next person. Thank you very much, Toib.
Thank you, sir.
Oluwafemi Ayodele. Oluwafemi Ayodele, we are waiting for you, please.
Yes, I'm here, sir.
Good morning, documents, please.
Yeah, you have it, sir.
Why are you here?
I'm here to interview for an F1 visa, which will make me study for my master's program in human resources with a concentration in employee relations.
What do you mean by master's program in human resources with specific objectives to human relation? Or what did you call it?
I said master's program in human resources with a concentration
Human
in
resources with concentration in what?
employee relation.
Employee relation. What is employee relation?
Employee relation has to do with how well related and HR officer relates with employee. And as an HR officer, you are in between. I don't like it's an intermediary between the employer and the employee. So and what do I mean by employee relation is how well you are connected with the employees. How are you able to promote employees' goals? How are you able to develop them? That's in terms of employee productivity. which will make them achieve organization objectives and goals.
Why would you leave your home country to study this kind of course in the United States of America?
I choose to study for my master's program in the US because here in Nigeria, my concentration, which is the employee relation, is not studied here in Nigeria. So, and in US, it's well studied, which makes me find out the University of New Haven, which is the university I'm going to. The university has a strong focus in employee relation, which is also my concentration, which I'll be developing the HR, the HR figure in Nigeria, which is the employee relation as my concentration. That's why I'm studying in the US because Nigeria doesn't have that concentration presently.
What would this course do for you?
Just go with providing with expertise in employee relation, where as an HR officer, I'll be able to promote employee development, where I'll be able to train and create a good working conditions and environment for employee as long as an employer actually. So I'll be able to implement HR policies, which will make me take strategic decisions towards enabling employee achieve organization goals and objectives, as well as develop their own self also.
What's your cost of attendance?
$40,000.
How do you intend to take care of this?
I have been awarded a 10% student scholarship by the school, and my deficit, which is 36,000 will be paid by my uncle.
Thirty-six
By
thousand
my
naira.
$36,000, $36,000. My cost of attendance is 40,000, and I was awarded a 10% scholarship. So my deficit will be paid by my aunt. She's the CEO of Adjusted Enterprise. The business involves selling and distribution of food products within Nigeria and across other African states. The business is a partner with Dangote because she gets some of the food products from Dangote. She has a staff strength of 7 to 80 staffs, while she has an annual income of 90 to 100. Why she's
90
sponsoring my
to
master
100 what? 90 to 100 what?
90 to 100 million annually, the range of 90 to 100 million annually.
Now, you said she has a staff strength of 70 to 90.
Staff strength. I mean, staff, the
Yes,
members of
I
staff
want
strength.
to be sure. 70 to 90.
Hello?
You said she's having a staff strength of 70 to 90 or 7 to 9.
The staff strength, 70 staff.
Okay. Now, let me pick you up from there. If the visa officer wants to calculate, she makes an annual income of average of 100 million per annum, right?
Yes.
If she makes an average income of 100 million per annum, by the time she's going to be paying the staffs, how do you think she will be able to succeed in paying her duties and the likes?
What I actually meant is the total staff she has is not 70 to 90. Maybe you didn't get me right. The staff strength, that's our staff members in each company, each branch, is from 40 to 70, because I don't know the range actually. So, but she earned the annual income of 70 to 100 million naira
Okay, okay. The staff strength is different from, because I
from the
couldn't hear
annual
you
income.
clearly. That's what I was
The,
trying to
the staff
get.
strength is from 40 to 50,
Okay,
while
the
our annual income,
income. All right, all right. I've gotten you. I've gotten you. And please, let me chip something in. If you are posting that your aunt or your sponsor has a particular staff strength, you, in your own rationale, consider that it is out of the profit the staff will be paid. There is also insurance fee to be paid, both insurance for the vehicles, the insurance for the housing. What about the cost of raw materials? So for those that are saying my father is sponsoring me, my uncle, my aunt, and they are into business, remember business also takes in money. Business also takes in money. Can you walk me through your admission process?
Yes, after I discovered the University of New has a strong focus in my concentration, I submitted a competitive applications which involved submitting of statement of purpose, submission of my transcripts, and submission of other documents, which is the reference. And in the reference, I got it from my present supervisor in where I work presently, and the other recommendation that came from my previous supervisor in my previous workplace. So during then, I was given an interview. I was scheduled with an interview with one of with the beginning of the department, that's the beginning of Pompe College of Business department. So after the interview, the decision came, and how will I put it? I was also
You are asking me how
was
you
busy.
put it.
I said I was also oh, shit. What I
Tell me,
actually mean is
tell me about your
in
school.
my school is University of Liverpool, established in 1920. The school got a review from Princeton, that's Princeton Review, as one of the best colleges, that's best like 35 colleges in the United States. So we didn't have the campus in Italy as well, and it just has one main campus, which is the Orange. It's called Orange Campus, located in Connecticut.
How long is your program?
My program is a 2 years program.
How do you wish to acclimatize to the weather condition in United States?
Well, I've worked some arrangements because Connecticut is actually good. I've made some arrangements which is warm clothing, and I've also prepared a winter jacket which I'll be taking along if my visa is approved. So during my studies, when it's the cold season, I'll be with my winter jacket. So and in my accommodation, it will be heated apartment.
I'll be approving your visa. Do you have any question for me?
No, not actually.
All right. Thank you very much. Before I call upon the last person for today, in person of Adebisi Shegun, I would like to pose a question to each and every one of us. For a fully funded program, how do you intend? I'm directing this question to the person of Amza Tohib, especially. How do you intend to cope when they ask you how how do you how do you make up for your funding? How will you survive? How will you cope when they ask you how do you intend to pay your tuition fee and things like that? Your program is fully funded. What is going to be your response? These are things that should be roaming in your mind. Your program is fully funded, and yet they are saying, and now they are asking you, how do you intend to pay for your fee? How do you intend to clear your bills? It is a very valid and germane question. Olufemi, you can deactivate your video to minimize your data consumption. Now, how do you intend to answer such a question? As we ruminate over this, I would like us to ponder. Now, the just concluded interview in person of Oluwafemi Ayodele, who is going for human resource, masters in human resource with concentration in employee relations. How do you have any questions, comments, or observations for him, please? Ayodele, you can mute your microphone. Thank you. Do you have any question, comment, or observation for Oluwafemi Ayodele, please? Master's degree in human resource with a concentration in employee relation. Alan Mohammed, please go ahead.
Thank you so much, Mr. Vio. I think mine is a general question. I have been meaning to ask this question from the beginning of this presentation today, in terms of how do you fund for your studies? I haven't had anyone say they have a student loan, maybe from Empower or HB. What will be your opinion towards someone having a student's loan to probably to be able to fund partially, or I mean part of their studies? Thank you.
Thank you very much. You can lower your hands. Of recent, there was a tussle concerning Empower loan. And the challenge definitely is due to the illegal activities of the officers in charge. When they give you or promise you or give you documents claiming that you'll be awarded a loan, this loan will be used, they go ahead and fail to meet up with their promises. That was why the United States is frowning at them. There was an issue involving some schools not having the promise being fulfilled. And that was what led to the investigation, and the argument came up. And for those that apply with Empower loan, there was a massive rejection at the embassy. So for those that have other types of loan, definitely you must be willing to pay back, and you must be ready to show the consular the evidence of loan being granted and the assurance that the schools will receive their money as at when due. So, having said that, if you are able to present the documents backing you up, you don't have any problem. Ensure that you focus on their eyeballs, and with that, you can be rest assured that the sky is not even going to be your limit. Thank you very much. Do we have any comments, observations, amendments to Oluwafemi Ayodele's presentation, or any previous person? All right, in the absence of none, shall we call upon Adebisi? All right.
Hello,
Chibuike,
sir.
please go ahead.
Okay.
I haven't received any comments from him.
Hello.
Ayodele, please stand by. Chibuike, please go ahead.
Okay, Oluwafemi, you tried with the eye contact. Your eye contact was on point, so you really did very well. But you need to also improve on your transcript, align your stories very well, and also try to make it straightforward. Then take all the corrections Prof have also analyzed. Thank you.
Chibuike, please, can you reiterate just two of the points that were raised so that it will be reminded that we are actually on his, we're on our toes, listening with rapt attention, please.
Okay, is it on the interview, on the general interview for today?
On Oluwafemi's case, or generally that applies to his case?
Okay, yeah, reference was made towards um what's the essence of the course you are going for. So you mentioned that the first thing is you are going to learn. So it's about the knowledge that the course will give you. So it's not actually the long-term plans. The knowledge the course will give you will actually translate to the long-term plans. So when you are asked why the course, you should specifically state what you are going to learn and the let me say the methodologies you are going to be
Involved.
experiencing through
Good. Good.
the course.
What are the new techniques you'll be
Like,
learning? What are the new ways of doing things you'll be learning? What are the new knowledge you'll be gaining? You can't compare iPhone 15, the things it can do, to what Nokia 3310 can do. You can come around and say my Nokia 3310 will fall and it will not break. I was thinking way back this afternoon and I just remember that Nokia 3310 will fall. You pick up the phone, assemble it, and you are on the go. But now, you can't try that with any of these latest mobile phones. But to make up for that, we have rugged pouch that is able to safeguard the shock and keeping your phone in good order. And it has raised our consciousness that your phones must not fall. Those are the things we are learning as we are growing. Thank you very much.
I have something to say.
Please go ahead.
Okay, then I also noticed something about let me say 95% of us, or let me just say 98% of us here keep saying, okay, my dad is a businessman, my uncle is a businessman. Like you mentioned, business also takes funds as you are investing is also taking. So I will also want us to have the mentality that our parents must not be business people, our sponsors rather must not be business individuals. They are successful engineers, they are successful medical doctors, they are successful lawyers. So you can actually use this profession too, because I know we are all telling our stories, genuinely or not genuinely. So it must not be business. My dad is into electricals, my dad is into fashion and all that. No, you can actually put up my dad is an engineer, a lawyer, a doctor, you know.
No, a successful engineer,
Yeah, it's
a
successful.
successful lawyer, a successful barrister,
Thank you.
a successful medical practitioner. They'll look at you, you know your onions. There are adjectives, 1001 adjectives to use. That's the essence of this meeting. Please go ahead.
Okay, then you can also attach a very good company. You can say my dad is a petroleum engineer with Slumberger for 28 years, 25 years. It aligns. So it must not be my dad is a businessman, he's into. If we all keep coming to the VO that my dad is a businessman, my mom is a businessman, my sponsor is a businessman, it's I think it's over time it could, give a red flag. So that's my second contribution.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much. Lawrence, over to you, please. Echo Y Lawrence.
Okay, thank you very much. My question is in line with Mr. Chibike's. Although, my what I wanted asking is this. Now, in the case whereby we've been asked who will be paying the rest of our deficit, and one sponsor is in the US, is it advisable one mentions that my sponsor is in the US, he does this, he does that? Is it advisable?
My sponsor is a successful engineer who makes an annual income of so amount of money in naira. They will not ask you where is he. You can
Okay.
further say this same sponsor has been responsible for your education since your high school days, depending on how the relationship goes. You don't have to mention, just like the way you say your father is the one sponsoring. You didn't say your father is in Nigeria now. And they have never seen a situation whereby they ask where is your sponsor located. The only thing they can ask you is your if you have a study cost of attendance that is 85,000 US dollars and they have given you a scholarship of 25,000, Now the remaining 65, or I mean the remaining 60, how do you want to do it? Now they cannot ask you, this your sponsor, you are going for a 4-year program or a 2-year program. This your sponsor, is he not married? Is he not having children? Now they can now ask you all those one. Then you say, even if the person just get married now, even if now you the sponsor, you can say this person is happily married and the last one has graduated from the university, is a successful engineer. In fact, he is 37 years old. Would they go and verify how old the person is? Would they? No. So please align your stories very well, and you can be rest assured that yes, it's going to work out and in your favor too. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, Genevieve. Genevieve or somebody was raising up her hands too. He or
Good
she.
evening, sir. Yeah, it's
Okay,
Tunde
yeah.
from London. Good evening. Can you hear me properly? Clearly, rather.
We are trying to hear you loud and clear.
Okay. So I was going to ask about, so what if they can verify where my uncle works, and I say I'm an engineer with a big company, do they want to verify where he works if this doesn't work there?
If it doesn't work there, why would you want to say it works there? Why not say it's a very successful engineer that what do you really need to mention his name? Yes. Can you do without mentioning the name of the company? Yes. All these things is all about properly packaging yourself. Now, imagine somebody whose interview is coming up in 3 months' time and has started preparation 2 months ago. The story the person will come up with will be different from someone. Someone reached out to me and said, please, my interview is tomorrow. Can you just have a quick brush up with me? What have you been doing since you've gotten your date? Since you have applied to the school 6 months ago, what have you been doing? Your interview is now tomorrow. You want me to come and do a fire brigade crash program. I'm sorry, I don't do that. You cannot come and think you can do an overnight. This is not la crème la peau. This thing has to be part of you. This thing has to flow with the way you speak. Everything has to just go in the same line. So please have this at the back of your mind. Whatever thing you are saying, whatever story you are telling must align. And when your story aligns, you are good to go. It is when your story don't align that we have problems. Tonjo, we are waiting for you.
950. Wow.
Good evening. Yes, my question is, some of us that have more than maybe around 14 years experience, working experience, can we say that we can sponsor ourselves, or can we still have somebody to sponsor us? That's my question. Going
Thank
for
you
a
very
master's.
much.
Yes.
This question is such that you have to understand that it is not ideal for you to say you are going to sponsor
Chicken now.
yourself.
You might want to 4,000 on the dot. You're not going on 4,000 now.
Genevieve, please mute your
Oh, that's my
microphone.
black market. Abi? Yes.
Genevieve, please mute your. So, Sonjo, it is more advisable for you to say your dad, your uncle, your aunt will be sponsoring you compared to saying you'll be sponsoring yourself. It is a red flag for you to sponsor yourself. It shows immigration intent. There's nothing bad in you putting your uncle's name as your sponsor. Or on the alternative, in your DS 160, you say you'll be sponsored by or with family fund. Family fund covers yourself, it covers your spouse, it covers your uncles, your dad, your mom, your aunt, anybody under the guise of family. The opportunity is there to, and the allowance is there for them. I hope you understand me. Thank you very much. Next is Juliana, followed by Grace. Juliana,
Yeah, I'm here. Good evening. Okay, so my question is, okay, so this will be my second attempt. So I don't know what's the best answer to this, what has changed, because I am self-funded and I have an interview that's for an internship, which is next month, and I've not gotten it yet. I've not gotten a scholarship yet. Now I'm still going back the same way. Nothing has changed. So I don't know, what do you think is the best answer to give when you're asked what has changed?
when they ask you what has changed, you must be ready to say something.
Okay, because
Something.
right now I don't have scholarship. I'm still self-funded.
Do you have a date yet
Yes, 26
of next
May.
month?
Yes, sir.
And you have a date also for the internship interview?
No, they just told us the email I got was it's between 27th and 30th May.
Hold on, please. Temidire Adesiji, you asked a question that do you need your parents' statement of account? Yes, you need your statement of account for your parents, not your own. What kind of Nigerian mentality is this? After you say thanks, you are still asking, you don't need your own, right? You want to go and disqualify yourself again, right? Abi, say right in, should I say right now or I should say left? You are an infant or a teenager. Now, they disqualified you because you have grown beyond that. And since you have grown beyond that, you are going now as an adult. You don't have the resources to do that. You are a little above that age of family visa. Now you are still going, and with your parents, how much have you made? I am sure if you are into crypto, you can't even tender that because it's going to be a red flag. Because you have gone before, and now that you are going, if you go and tender your own, it's completely going to blow you out. Please let us put our Nigerian mentality aside. It's creating a whole lot of problems for us. Because if we keep thinking like Nigerians, just like the way they ask us, are you a lesbian or are you gay? It's going to cause a problem. Please don't say sorry. There is no need to sorry anything. We are just explaining things to ourselves so that we can have a better understanding. What I'm doing, you two can do in a better way. Thank you very much. If I get you correctly, the last question that was asked, you said you are sponsoring yourself and you have a tentative interview. There's nothing bad in you saying your aunt or your mom will be sponsoring you. It gives you a better chance of getting your visa. Please, if you are making noise or there is noise in your background, kindly mute your microphone if you are not talking so that I don't get to remove you from the call. Please. I use the same link. So if I ban you in one meeting, you can never enter the meeting again. Please, let us be guided. Let us play safe. Help me to serve you better. I am yours humbly. Help me. Please, talking for long is not something we should just not appreciate. Please. So, it is better for you to put the account in your parents' name or you write family fund. If you put family fund, your own statement of account, your parents' statements of account, your aunt, your uncle can surface. Don't put yourself in the cage by saying you will be sponsoring yourself. That is better. Grace, the last person I'll be taking. Grace Injeri, your question, please. You are raising up your hand.
Good evening. I wanted to ask your take on taking OPT.
Can you explain to us what OPT is?
Optional practical training.
Is it here in the country or in the United States?
In the United States.
There's nothing wrong with it. Do you have any bias against it?
No.
So
I
why
was
are you
just
asking?
because if you take OPT, it might show maybe you want to overstay in the US.
No. There is a reason why that program is in existence. It's just like upon successful completion of your studies, you can ask for extension.
Okay.
Now, when you ask for extension, you want to use that to buy time to legally stay in the country. It's not free. You are going to pay for it. So, having stayed 2 years, 4 years in the country as a student, and you feel that, let me explore what does this country have for me. They are, as I've said earlier, they are looking for avenues to have you in their country so that you will be able to contribute and add great value to their system. They need you. That is why they will grant the visa in the first place. Thank you
Okay.
very much. So, may I use this opportunity to call upon our last candidate for today, number 11. I hope you know the rules of the game and you have been following us on and on and on and on. All right. Adebisi, kindly stand by. I didn't say step down, stand by. When you say what has changed, I said something must have changed. This is your second attempt. You must look for something that has changed. It's either you have gotten admission to a different school and there is funding coming forth, or you have gotten a full funded program. Something must change. You can't just go to the same. If you say you defer your admission, something must have changed. Okay, on the list, if you don't understand what I'm saying, you can tell them that you are not able to present yourself, you are not able to coordinate yourself, and you are fidgeting, you are excited, or you are anxious. Therefore, you are not composed enough to answer the question the last time. But now you are better prepared and you are able to answer the questions accordingly now. Thank you. Juliana, I hope I've been able to satisfy you. And at Ayinde, you want to reach me. Okay, all right. Um, okay, I'll do justice to that before the end of the program. All right. Thank you. Adebisi, good morning. Documents, please. Adebisi, we cannot hear you. Can you hear Adebisi? I cannot hear you, Adebisi. Can you log out and log in again, please? Adebisi, log out and log in again so that I can hear you.
Can you hear me now? I've done that, sir.
Good. Good morning. Documents, please.
Good morning, Vio. Here they are, sir.
Why are you here?
I'm here for my F1 visa interview, which will enable me to pursue a PhD degree in physics at University of Michigan, Ann Arbor, with a concentration in experimental condensed matter physics. And I will be working with Professor Stephen Forrest and Professor Richard Guzman on investigating transport charge carrier in ferroelectric material for low cost and efficient photovoltaic utilization, sir.
Why have you chosen this course in the United States?
I chose this course because it will help me as a researcher to research the use of low-cost material for photovoltaic utilization, which will contribute greatly to my country energy need, Nigeria.
How did you hear about this school?
I found University of Michigan Ann Arbor on 4icu.org.
Can you walk us through your application process?
After I found the University of Michigan on 4icu.org, I checked the departmental website for the ongoing research, and I found a research alignment with Professor Stephen Forrest and Professor Richard Guzman. And luckily for me, there was a webinar scheduled at a later date. I attended the webinar and learned more about the research of the department. And after that, I submitted my application, which comprises my unofficial transcripts, my detailed CV, my strong statement of purpose, and also contacted my recommenders to recommend me. And after 2 months, I got an
You
email
are not
invite.
looking at the camera. It's a red
Okay, sir.
flag. You need to focus on your camera. You are looking at the eye of the VO, not elsewhere. You are not looking at the sky. Look
Okay,
at
sir.
your camera. Your camera. Focus
Okay,
on your camera.
okay, sir. So after 2 months of my application, I got an interview invite from Professor Sitrat Ua, and I attended the interview and recommended me for admission.
Were you able to secure a fully funded scholarship?
I secured a fully funded scholarship because of the my strong application.
You are not answering these questions very well. Are you sure
Okay,
you are
sir.
actually a PhD candidate? I expect
Yep.
you to say things like you did GRE, this is your master's grade, these are the papers you have published, these are the papers you have written, this is the level of research you have done. I don't know if anybody is hearing me.
I don't actually, I haven't published any paper actually, and I didn't write GRE because it was waived, and also TOEFL because those courses are waived for me.
Now, if those courses are way, what stops you from saying it that due to your research capability, at least, Tabari, okay, apologies to all other people. He say if we don't see something, we go use something, do something. You understand what I'm saying?
Ben.
Uh-huh. So you should be able to trade what you need. Use what you have to get what you need. You have the ability to do research. And because you have that capability, they are letting go of your GRE and whatever other tests you are supposed to write. And you understand? Those are
Yes,
the.
sir.
Do you have a date for your interview?
No, sir. No, no date. Yes, sir.
Not yet.
Yes, sir.
All right. Please, you are going for fall. You need as much practice as possible.
Okay, sir.
And sincerely, you must be ready. How do you intend to take care of your cost of attendance?
My admission came with a fully funded sir, which comprises graduate and research assistantship, graduate fellowship, and
Fortunately, I just answered the question I sent to you now before calling you up to this program. You are fully funded, yes or yes? You are fully funded. You are I say you are fully funded.
I can't hear
Are
better,
you
sir.
not fully funded? Please, others, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Thank you very
Yes.
much.
Yes, we can
Yes, I
hear
can
you,
hear
sir.
you, sir.
Juliana, Grace, Lawrence, can you hear me? Sonjo, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, sir.
Yes, I can.
Hold
Thank
on.
you very much. Now,
Yes, I can hear
for
you.
as many
Loud
that
and
are
clear.
fully funded, your full funding will
I can't hear you.
you cannot hear me. God will help you. For as
Yeah.
many that are fully funded, you need to understand that your full funding is not out of the full funding that you are going to buy your plane tickets. It is not out
Exactly.
of the full funding that you are going to buy your luggage box, buy your edikaikon, buy your palm oil, your beans, your rice, your jackets, your winter boots, your gloves. No. The fact that you are fully funded does not mean they will send money to you in Nigeria. How do you intend to fund this? Now, the best or one of the best ways to answer this question is simply put, haven't been working for over a decade or over 7 years, I have been able to have a little savings to the tune of 4 million naira, and I have access to a loan to the amount of 3.5 million naira. Furthermore, my office is giving me study leave with pay, and meaning while I'm studying in the United States, my salary will continuously be paid. And the loan I've taken, I intend to be paying back with half or one quarter of my salary for the period of my program. And however, I have made bookings and I've made purchases from the money I have. I've also made bookings on hold, and I have planned the quantity of food to take along with me that will last me for a period of 2 months. However, my full funding privileges will come into play upon arrival, having signed all necessary documents within an average of 10 to 15 working days. And when you say 10 to 15 working days, it's almost 1 month. And with that, you begin to earn your money. So,
I get that, sir.
for as many that are fully funded, kindly note that if they ask you a question, they know it is fully funded. But how do you want to buy your plane ticket? How do you want to get your boxes? How do you want to get foodstuffs? How do you want to transport yourself to the school, even upon arrival at the United States? And mind you, upon arrival, you are not going to just raise your hand and collect money immediately. You need to follow the due process. Do you have any question for me, Shegun?
No, sir.
I'll be approving your visa. I wish you all the best in your program.
Thank you,
And
sir.
at this point, I would like to say thank you to everyone who has been a part of this program from inception. And I want to say thank you for your cooperation. We are here to serve. And please, if you know how we can do it better, why not reach out to me? My number is there. I'm willing to learn and be better off. Nobody knows it all. So please, if you have an idea you want to chip in, please feel free. You can chat me on that number. Thank you very much. And America is a great place. Let's come in. And mind you, if you are coming, if you can bring a soon for me, I wouldn't mind. Thank you very much. We have assorted drinks here. I will do justice to that one. Thank you very much. Sunday, stop laughing. Sunday, stop laughing. Please. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all. Till sometimes to come, till we meet again. Yeah, Esther, Udo, you are raising up your hands. What can we do for you, please? Oh,
It's a mistake, sir.
thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming, everyone. For those that have sent their email
Thank you,
in
sir.
this chat,
God
you'll be
bless you.
getting a link to view this video. I'll be uploading it and you will be opportune to play rewind, but please, it's strictly for educational purpose only. Please. Thank you very much. Nancy, we appreciate you. We appreciate you. More wisdom and all the best to as many that are going this week. I wish you all the best in your interview. Go and come back with your visa and share the good news. Thank you very much. See, sometime to come, very, very soon. We'll see you.